What is up? Happy Monday. Is it Monday? Crap. It's not Friday? Be nice if it was a Friday already.
It is in my calendar.
We got a 3-day weekend coming up. Not that I'm looking forward to it, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. I'm kind of, just a smidge, looking forward to more. I can't believe Memorial Day's next week. How fast did May go by?
You'll just run it with no sleep.
Probably. Not going to lie to you. There's a good chance that'll happen. 7 hours. I'll have a day where I get 7 hours. It's going to be nice. It's going to be nice. It's good times. Party.
Seven hours of eating peanut butter is not the same as 7 hours of sleep, Chad.
Man, I do like a peanut butter. Didn't eat a lot of peanut butter this weekend. I will tell you that, though. I had a couple bites.
Oh, you know what we call that?
What?
A lie.
No, that was real. I forgot about it. It's a big thing right there. In the morning, during the weekdays, because I get up a little bit earlier, I don't forget about my peanut butter. But on the weekends, watching soccer down there in the studio, I don't pay that much attention to the peanut butter, which is good. All right? Well, everybody knows that. Bunch of weirdos.
I just put my headphones on and I hear peanut butter coming from Brother Chad.
It's phenomenal. I do like a peanut butter. You know, my wife, she bought another kind of peanut butter for Dee Dee, my daughter, and it was the Peter Pan. I'm sorry, it's not the same.
Not the same as Jiffy.
Hell no. Hell no. Get it away from me. Told you, throw that away. That's a bunch of crap. Peter Pan, dumbass peanut butter. It's not for real people like me. Oh, how was your weekend, brother?
Didn't last long enough, but we celebrated my son graduating high school. Welcome to the real world, Rowan.
That's it, Rowan. Hey, congratulations, Rowan. Get a job.
By the way, rent is due at the first of the month.
Yeah. That was my mom. She would have been that way. Had you not moved out. I'm like, at 16, Mom? Like, you're welcome. You're welcome.
Yeah, our only rule is, once the kids turn adults, is they have to work, and they need to be going for a certification or a degree.
Yeah.
And then, that things can continue as they are. However, when our kids turned 16, they had to start paying for their own car repairs and things like that.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no, we don't make them do that until they're adults. So now he's got to start doing that.
So
I forgot about
it. That's the thing. It's like, when do you make him start paying for? Because some stuff is so ridiculous. Like Jack, his mom doesn't want to go at 10 o'clock at night and pick him up from hockey.
Right.
And but car insurance is so expensive in California.
Oh man.
Well,
especially for teenage boys.
Yes, teenage boys. And so you're just like, okay, well, he can't.
You stop crying and pay your fair share.
I am paying my fair share. Stupid California. Always looking for more. But it's at what point? I was like, I get it. Like, I don't want you to, make sure that your mother has to pick you up at 10 o'clock at night. At the same time, I'm not sure I want to pay a gazillion dollars a month for you to drive around in her Mitsubishi or her Mazda or whatever.
Yeah.
It's insane. It really is. And, they're probably like go look at car insurance. When you look at all of the other things that have gone up over the last several years, car insurance is just blown by many things.
Yep.
It is crazy.
Yeah, Rowan had a bit of a fender bender one day, too, and whoo.
Yeah, tell him next time to hit Bell.
Yeah.
Bell doesn't care. So.
Oh, I very much care.
I know.
I don't need that again. I've already got it from Don Davenport on 3HL.
That was pretty funny, though.
104.5 The Zone.
Again, guys, I'm telling you guys, Bell, it is everything that crazy bad can happen. It's Bell right there. But the average, I mean, when we were kids, we could get a used car. It wasn't going to be super expensive. And, you could work part-time and have enough to have little money left over and pay for your car insurance. Now it's like Jack's like, I'm going to get 3 full-time jobs to pay for car insurance.
Yeah.
I'm like, I know, dude.
All we had to carry in Oklahoma back in the 80s, whenever I was in high school, all we had to carry was liability. And, man, it was cheap.
Yeah.
Everything in Oklahoma is cheap. And it was really cheap back in the 80s. So it was no problem, man. I mean, I had just a part-time job where I worked like maybe 4 days out of the week. I was able to pay for my car insurance and, go out on the weekends. No problem.
Yeah.
And Rowan, I mean, he's got to save up every month. He's got to put money back in order to pay for his insurance, whereas I just did it with one check.
Yeah. Oh, totally.
Just boom. All right, there.
That was it. I mean, you could do it with virtually. It was. I couldn't even remember how cheap it was because I had an old Duster. It was awesome though. Such a sweet car, the Duster.
Yeah.
And it was like driving around a boat, and it was. But my insurance was nothing. For the year, it was like $350 or something stupid like that.
Yeah.
You're like, this is great. Right? Like, this is awesome. And then, I was talking to Jack's mom. She's like, it's going to be like $3,600 or something.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? Like, that's insane. On top of yours? Yeah. And it used to be if there was 4 drivers in the house, but only 2 cars, you'd get a discount in some way, shape. Not anymore. Not anymore. Just crazy.
And now they track your driving habits.
Well, yes. See, with the Duster, you couldn't track my driving habits because there was nothing on it. I had an AM radio. That was it. That was it. I had an AM radio with pleather bucket seats in the back, and then I had a bench seat in the front. And if I turned, whoever was on the other side, if they weren't seatbelted in, they would slide over to me. It's fantastic. I was living the dream. It was gold. Nice. Living the dream. Well, the price of a car is not cheap either. That's true. Homeowners insurance the same way. Homeowners insurance in Cali went from $1,400 to $7K in 5 years.
I didn't even know that. Now in California, they don't even have fire insurance, do they?
In some places, no. Unless you've been grandfathered in, they're just getting away from that, and they're trying to push you onto whatever the state has, some sort of fake fire insurance thing.
Yeah.
But it never covers whatever your house is.
People are just constantly denied
All the time. All the time. I mean, it's like we were just talking about with Luigi. Yeah, yes. Is it that guy should not have been shot and killed? Is it his job, though, to run a company that their number one thing is deny, deny, deny? And it's the same thing. People in California, everything's deny, 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 deny. Hey, my house burned down. Denied, sorry, but I paid it. Yeah, but, and they're trying to come up with, what did you potentially do? Did you not mow the lawn one day when you should have?
Yeah.
Right? Did you not water it one day when you should have? They're looking for that thing to tell you no.
I saw a story last week where insurance companies are now starting to claim that because the state did not properly maintain the forests, that it's not an act of God and it's the responsibility of the state.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So they're trying to dump it off onto the California government.
Yeah.
While the policyholder is still getting screwed.
Yeah.
Right,
And everybody's standing around looking at each other where you've got, on top of that, there was a bunch of text messages that went back and forth that said that the water wasn't being pumped in, that they didn't do this right, that they didn't get to this place when they were supposed to. So the insurance companies go, well, hold on a second. You guys knew all this stuff was happening. You were texting back and forth. We're not paying out for you guys not doing your job. So now it's like, okay, wait, I've paid my insurance. You're not going to pay out. The state says, well, it's not our fault. Somebody did this. Somebody needs to pay. And you know who's not getting paid? The homeowner who paid their insurance.
Our hands are tied, says the bureaucrats.
Yes.
Our hands are tied.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of people say most insurance companies are pulling out of Cali. Yeah, same thing. Cali, most of them pulling out of Florida. First of all, you're insane if you're an insurance company in Florida.
You've got everything, not just fires, but you got hurricanes.
You got hurricanes. You know, every year there's going to be 3 to 5 potential hurricanes. Maybe one gets ashore, but you know, at least every couple of years, you're going to get a big one. Why would I want to continue to insure something where I know it's just not possible to cover? How can you? I mean, it's like today marks the, 46th anniversary of Mount St. Helens. Remember that?
Wow, 46 years.
I know, like talk about it. I wasn't even born. I wasn't even born yet. It was crazy. I've heard stories about it. You guys aware of that?
I've seen pictures.
I've heard stories.
I've heard tell.
I heard tell there was something that went on that big mountain out there. But the 46 years, still the biggest, like, insurance-wise volcano issue ever. It packed a punch like it like vaporized anything with like miles of it. Those people got rebuilt. In today's world, they wouldn't. Shouldn't have lived so close to a volcano.
That's your fault.
That's your fault for living outside. If you had your house outside, you knew you shouldn't have a house outside. You did it anyways, so no.
It is your fault for living.
Yes.
You were alive.
How dare you breathe? How dare you breathe? We paid for car insurance, bought gas, still had money left over on $7 an hour. Yeah, that's the way it used to be back in the day.
It was, man.
God, that was crazy.
Oh, it was so fun.
You ever watch old movies and they'll fly by and you'll see a gas station, it's like 59 cents. You're like, oh, the mother of God. What was that about? Like, I was driving then. I remember paying 79 cents at an Arco.
Yeah. Hamburger meat, 40 cents a pound.
That's right. Oh, Lord, yeah.
Or you watch the old Andy Griffith reruns, and
yes.
the prices in the general store are just ridiculously
Absolutely
low.
3 cents for apples.
Apples. 3 cents for an apple. Good God. How amazing would that be?
Beef is like 12 cents a pound.
12 cents a pound. It's just, again, life, I expected some inflation. Life is getting out of control for a lot of, the average person is struggling. And it's getting worse. And this ain't helping this war. It's not. I mean, what is it? What's the average here?
Let's see.
Nationwide is 452.
Here in Middle Tennessee, Gas Buddy has it at 417.
That's not bad comparatively to a lot of other places.
Compared to California.
Yeah. So, God.
And places on the East Coast. Places on the East End, places on the coasts are really expensive.
And California is about to feel it. Friday, I think, was the last tanker that came into California with oil from the middle, Mideast. So now you're screwed. So now you're going to be trying to buy it from all over the place. Tougher to refine. You're going to have to buy it refined somewhere else and have it shipped there. It is going to be, they're looking at another 50 cents to $1 jump, potentially, which is insane. Insane. Just crazy. And car insurance, $5 gazillion. Your car doesn't, when your payment for your insurance is more than your car payment, that's a problem.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Absolutely a problem. All right, a lot of stuff to get to today. We'll talk a little bit around Luigi Manchin, Luigi. Midterms, a lot of other stuff. Bell doing sports. I tried to help Bell out a little bit with sports today. I don't think he paid any attention to it. It's okay, though.
I don't even recall us talking about it.
There you go. That's what I love about him, because he was too busy watching Lanterns. Is that what it's called?
No, I was watching.
No, it's the Lanterns trailer.
Yeah. Right, yeah. I watched that, but there was some other stuff, too.
He was watching a lot of other stuff, too. Did you guys know that? It's a lot of other stuff.
I was watching a whole bunch of stuff.
Whole bunch of it. You can't even remember because there's so much good stuff going on. That's what I was watching right there. A bunch of other goodies on the way. The cost of life, as we know, is getting more expensive. We'll touch a little bit about that. Those divers in Maldives, what the hell happened? Did you hear that story? Insane.
No.
5 divers go down. All 5 die. Send somebody else down. That person dies. Finally recover the bodies. It's a crazy story considering it was...
Sea monsters.
No, I don't think... Maybe. I don't know. Sigmund? No, Sigmund wouldn't do that. He's not a dick.
He's a nice fella.
He was a little nice fella. Johnny and Scott, they were his friends. No. But it's just such a weird story to talk about that. Midterms, obviously. Massie tomorrow. What will happen to Massie? We discussed. Chad Benson Show. Super Town for 99 cents. All right, official, unofficial, start of the summer. We know it. It's the grilling season. Obviously, more there coming up. You want to enjoy some yummy, how about this? 50% off site-wide right now, Omaha Steaks. We're talking everything you could think of. If you just want fillets, they've got it. If you just want seafood, they got it. If you want chicken, they've got it. If you want to mix and match, build your own, they've got it. 50% off site-wide. On top of that, Save an extra $35 off when you use my code Benson. It is that simple. The best around since 1917. And I'm talking about this weekend we had burgers. They were out of this world. They got those Wagyu smash burgers. Boom, you will love those. They got the best in fillets. They've got the best in meat protein delivered right to you. Take advantage of Memorial Day sale going on right now. OmahaSteaks.com. Save an extra $35 off and use my code Benson. OmahaSteaks.com. Code Benson. OmahaSteaks.com. Code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details.
Six four, not 6'7", 6'4". I'll tell you about it at 12:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Yeah, not 6'7". I saw the Pope did 6'7" with the kids this weekend.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. Automatically, you knew Trump's right. That guy's evil. Trump's all, my favorite Bible verse is 6'7". What? It's a big Bible verse in yesterday at the old, out there on the lawn.
Big prayer rally.
Big prayer rally. Big doing the prayer stuff. How about that? Next week is it the Buddhists? They get it, right? Next weekend? And then Islam? And then what other? Watch out for the Hare Krishnas. When do they get their weekend? They're a party. They are going to be a party. The Ebola virus, for those of you not keeping score, it is it's back. Is it here? I hope not.
This is a relatively uncommon strain of Ebola, which means that it's been pretty hard for the authorities in those countries, the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda, to detect cases and suspected cases early on. Also, the geography here is pretty important. We're talking about an outbreak in an eastern region of the Democratic Republic of Congo, near to the border with Uganda, in a pretty remote area, which has been conflict-ridden for years.
Okay. Now, you're probably saying, okay, how much toilet paper do I need? A lot. And the reason is you're going to be bleeding from your orifices. So you're going to want to clean that up. Okay? So your body liquefies from the inside out. It is the chances of you getting it slim to none. And
But don't let that stop you from panicking.
thank you very much. Do not let that stop you from losing your mind. Okay? Please do. Lose your mind right now. Run out, buy all the disinfectant you can find.
Fill one shopping cart with disinfectant, the other one with toilet paper, and then one of the little hand baskets, fill it with, whatever is left.
Yes.
Hand sanitizer.
You need hand sanitizer. It is this will save you. Now, if you come in contact with somebody from this, it's amazing because it doesn't travel well. That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. In fact, the reason it's not deadlier is because people get really sick really fast, then they just die. Not all the time. 25% of the people in some cases will die. In other cases, 90% will die. Depends on what it is. But you've got to make sure you have all of the toilet paper you can find. Absolutely. You should probably get a crystal, too. What are those? You should get a pyramid. Get a pyramid, put it above you. Maybe a dream catcher.
Yeah, I saw the way that it is spread, and it is it is not pleasant.
No, and it's not easy to catch. You thought the hantavirus was tough to catch.
Right.
This one is so tough. This is not an easy thing to catch.
You almost have to. It almost has to be on purpose.
Yeah, you have to go, and because one of our listeners, anonymous sheriff might be, or somebody who has flown Ebola viruses like missions before for the World Health Organization, you really got to make an effort. You have to really try to get this. It's not because it's not airborne. If it's airborne, it changes everything.
Everything.
Absolutely. I've seen that movie, right? Then I'm going to have to go out and go, all right, first of all, where's Rene Russo? All right? Somebody get me Cuba Gooding Jr. and Dustin Hoffman. Now.
But if you can only get one of the three, get Renee.
Yes. Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. Kevin Spacey, you know what? Every once in a while, guy needs a little bit of love, right? How many more movies can he do? He's doing one. How much more dinner theater can he do in Manchester? Dude wipes. Get as many. Yeah, dude wipes will definitely knock it out. Get all the dude wipes you can. Okay? Because this is going to be dangerous. No. But it makes for, like, the hantavirus. It makes for a big story.
Oh, yeah, man. It's like the when did I first see that alert come over my phone? I think it was Saturday morning. Like the alert. World Health Organization calls Ebola outbreak an international concern.
Yeah. No, they want it to be international because if it's international, that means everybody's got to pay attention and maybe help them out. But people fly all the time. Nobody's flying from the Congo. Everybody's like, the World Cup team's coming here. Their World Cup team's coming here. You know where the World Cup players are? All in Europe playing professionally. Yeah. Not a lot of stuff going on in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, except for war and, yes.
And disease.
And apparently this also comes from a bat. Tell you what, it's not very nice. It's amazing that Batman can be so good, yet all of his little friends are such jerks. Bunch of disease-ridden vermits.
His little buddies.
All his little pals. Coming up, Luigi, what will we do with you? He's so dreamy, but he's a killer. I think that it's really weird the way I think they've gone and done this. They're like, all right, you can keep this, but you can't keep this. This is fine for the federal. This is not fine for the state. This is okay for the state, but not so much for the federal. It'll be interesting to see what happens with him. Also, Iran. You guys know about Iran? I heard we're still warring with them, kind of, sort of, not really. I have a feeling it's coming sooner rather than later. We'll talk a bit about that. And I want to get to it, maybe this hour, maybe next. The large language models, AI. They had a chance to run 4 radio stations. They gave them full radio stations to build and then tracked it. Interesting is the best way to describe how they did. We will discuss that, among other things. Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Right now, we got a crash, drivers. It is blocking the right lane. There's going to be 40 westbound before the Fairview-Dixon exit 182. The crash is at the Spencer Mill Road overpass. So just keep that in mind. Nashville appears poised to host Super Bowl 64 in 2030. Reports say the NFL preparing to approve the city's bid during league meetings this week. Could happen as soon as tomorrow morning. President Trump's reached a settlement in a lawsuit he filed against his own administration, creating a new fund to pay out claims for alleged weaponization of the government. Trump filed that suit after an IRS contractor leaked his tax returns, leading to a 5-year prison sentence. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy with the latest.
The Justice Department says its anti-weaponization fund will be controlled by a 5-member board appointed by the Attorney General. One of the members will be recommended by congressional leadership, but the president can remove any member for any reason. Officials say the $1,776 million fund will pay out claims to those who've experienced what they've called weaponization and lawfare. Democrats say it's a slush fund that could see money going to rioters who ransacked the U.S. Capitol on January 6th.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
I'm WSMV4 First Alert meteorologist Stefano DiPietro. Hot again today across Middle Tennessee and Southern Kentucky. Upper 80s and back to the low 90s this afternoon. And under a good deal of sunshine. Tonight we're down near 70 for the overnight low. Keep the umbrella handy tomorrow. A pop-up shower in the afternoon. But it's a First Alert weather day tomorrow because of the risk of strong thunderstorms late in the afternoon. Heading into the evening, mainly west of I-65. And then stay weather ready the rest of this week with more off-and-on periods of rain expected all the way through the holiday week.
When your home needs some comfort, you can count on Busy Bee. Busy Bee's got all kinds of amazing things going on right now, including special financing, new HVAC systems of 12 months, no payment and no interest, no prepayment penalty, and approvals vary by credit. That's awesome. Now, check out the great deals. First of all, free Yeti Tundra 45 cooler when you install a 17-seater or higher efficiency HVAC unit. That's awesome. If you want healthier air, they got you covered. Healthy Hive exclusive. This is the electronic air cleaner, whole home UV system. Regularly $2,800 right now, $2,300 installed plus TVA rebates. Tons of them. $800 back on mini split systems, $500 to $800 heat pump systems, and even $50 rebate on AC tune-ups. And if you got plumbing issues and you need help, they've got you covered. $300 on whole home drained repipes, $500 on water distribution repipes. Call Busy Bee today, 615-775-7833, 615-775-7833, online at busybeehvac.com.
got an eruption down here. Now we got a big slide coming off. The slide is coming off of the west slope. Now we got a whole great big eruption out of the crater. And we got another that opened up on the west side. The whole west side, northwest side is sliding down.
Yep. Mount St. Helens. Man, that was crazy. Remember as a kid, 11 states got ash. Some of it went 80,000 feet in the air and circled the earth for quite a while, which is nuts. The superheated gas and rock exploded outwards at speed of up to 400 miles an hour. 230 square miles were wiped out, destroying 4 billion board feet of timber. And as far as the energy, 500 megatons of TNT equivalent across the 9-hour explosive phase. That is 1,600 times the atomic bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Nature, kids, will mess you up. And it did. It was crazy how just that was insane. And it wasn't like it, what we think, like Pompeii, oh my God, Pompeii, like it's just big lava and stuff. It started to come down. You could see it start to break on the face. And by the way, that guy talking there, he was eventually just eviscerated, gone. And he knew it was coming, but you see the face of the mountain start to come down, and it's just sliding, and you don't realize how big it is. That was like 9,600 feet tall. Afterwards, it was 8,300 feet tall. All in one go. Right there. Because nature, kids, will mess you up. Whew. And the fact that it was so long ago, too. Good God. Enough of that. Let's talk about good stuff. Jeez. Trump. Iran.
What Donald Trump seems to want is an agreement now that not only will Iran open the Strait of Hormuz, but it also agree to his nuclear demands. And that is to say, and we understand, and it was clear last week, the president believes that Iran's commitment to stopping enriching uranium for a period of 20 years is something that he wants and he would accept in any deal. But the Iranians don't want to get there. They want to talk about Hormuz first. So we're seeing Iran and the United States come at this from two different directions.
Yeah. Neither of them are close. Both of them come in and go, I want everything. And then the other side goes, no. We want everything. And then the other side says, no. And then they go back and go, I think we're getting close. Now, I would like to think they're getting closer. Do I think that's going to happen this week? No. Tomorrow they're meeting, apparently. They're all getting together in the tomorrow's going to be one of the. Yesterday he spoke to Bibi. And he says, Bibi, what do you think? And Bibi says, let me check my calendar. I got to find out when my court date's next. And then as soon as we find that out, you go hard on that day. But the reality of what's coming is I have a feeling if we get to this weekend, I could see something happening. I hope not. I pray. Don't want it to happen. I'd love this thing to be over. But there's no reason for them to give in yet. There isn't. Because they feel that they've got the beating of us because they don't think we'll stay the course. Again, they think militarily, we've kind of spent a lot of our stuff. They think market-wise, they can turn the markets down. And then they think midterms, this is going to cost them. So they're looking around going, all right, can we make it so we can push the Americans to move? Everybody's got their threshold. Like I was talking to Bell today. Bell says, look, $6 gas, get it done. I'll take it every day of the week. $8 gas, any day for this. Right? That's it.
I didn't say anything like that.
You did. And then Ken's like, the Elantra? The Elantra's fine. $25 gas, no problem. I love it. Anything for them not to get a nuclear weapon. Oh, God. We haven't felt it yet. It is coming, which is that knock-on effect that we've talked about. Because now we're going to start to feel the things that at first were kind of eaten up a little bit by the people who brought the stuff here, right? The things that maybe who transported the stuff, maybe they ate a little bit. That isn't going to happen anymore.
I will give them a nuclear bomb that I built in my basement if they will give me free gas for the rest of my life.
Oh, really? See the
Yes.
way that works?
I took a bunch of Casios, scraped off the radioactive stuff, and now I've got, it's only about the size of the one that was dropped on Hiroshima, but,
Wait. Is that what you're doing? You a bunch of Casios?
Yeah.
We link them all together. It should be good.
And just scrape the little radioactive stuff off of them until you got enough to be able to build a bomb.
But it takes a while, too.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, I've been doing this since 11th grade.
Such a weirdo. But I'm glad that you're willing to sacrifice. I'm glad we're all willing to sacrifice. Not me. I don't want to. That's why I'm frustrated. I was talking to Chris. Chris and I were just talking before he left about, he's getting ready to take a vacation next month. And he said, look, the cost of tickets are insane for they're flying somewhere. And I'm like,
And he's got, what, 4 kids?
He's
So
got like a
there's-
dozen or something.
So he's got like 5 or 6 people he's trying to fly
Yeah.
on vacation.
Yeah, he
that
is.
ain't going to be cheap
No.
no matter how you look at it.
No, it's not. It's not. I mean, so my son's flying out here. It costs me extra. I flew my daughter home last week to go be with grandma for a while and help her out. That cost more than it would have normally cost. And, and then my wife and Charlie are getting ready to go across the country on a mini road trip because they're going to go help grandma. Grandma needs a little help at the house and get a little bit older, right? Maybe forgetful of some stuff. And so they're going to go help and spend some time. She hasn't seen her mom in a couple of years. And I said, why don't you guys go out there, have fun for the summer? But I'm thinking to myself, God, how expensive is it going to be for them to drive across the country? And I just told them, look, guys, you're going to have to hitchhike.
Make Charlie do most of the thumbing.
Yeah, no, because she'll probably be mean and flip people off. That'll happen.
Little
That'll happen.
Charlie.
Yeah, she don't take no crap from nobody. So it's going to get more expensive. But we have to ask ourselves, what is it to us that is there a point where we say, all right, enough is enough? Is there that point? Like I said, Bell's fine with $8 gas. Ken and the Elantra, $25 gas.
Yeah, bring it on. Bring it on.
I bought new shoes, right? And they light up, so that way I can get back and forth to work, even if it gets a little dark outside, because I'm walking a lot. I'm pretty excited about that. I've decided to no electricity all summer long, because I'm doing my part. I don't think you're taking this. I'm not taking this serious. You know why I'm not taking it seriously? Because this weekend I heard Lindsey Graham say that Trump had his Churchill moment, and I thought, you, ma'am, are such a jerk. I hope she is the worst. And I'm serious. I just said she cannot.
She China or she Lindsay?
Lindsay.
Okay.
Is that a guy?
What?
I was unaware. That's a guy?
She?
No, Lindsay.
Oh, yes.
It is?
Yes.
No.
Honest.
That is unacceptable. So I mean, what's your cutoff? Be honest, people. Is $5 for several months? Is that too much? Is $4.50 for several months? Is that too much? If prices go up, I was listening to one lady say, look, normally I spend $160 on food. I went to the grocery store. I spent like $3.15. Same stuff. That's unacceptable. People are frustrated, and they have a right to be, because they're still trying to figure out exactly what's going on, because nothing is going to change. You're not getting rid of the regime. They're not going anywhere. You're not going to go in and kill 120 or 150,000 IRGC members.
Man, stop bringing me down.
What you need to do is just enjoy the high prices. Okay? You're 50,000. Bell, your 401k, it's up. And you're drawing on it every month, right?
I almost have to.
Ken, you're drawing on yours every month, right?
Yep.
Yeah. We're all it's all of us. I mean,
Yeah.
I can't stop drawing on my. Oh, wait, hold on.
Okay.
I have to be older.
It's at 50K. What have you done for me lately? I've seen this before. I need 55 now.
You need 55. Let's see what Ken see what Ken and Bell are doing there. They always want more. You're never satisfied with this. God, do you know how expensive it is going to be for us to drive our boat around? That's why I got us all personalized oars.
I was getting ready to say, we're going to have oars with our name on it.
You need to get us personalized siphoning kits, too.
Personalized oars. I'm going to get out there.
Hoo, ha, hoo, ha.
That's why, you know what, though? With our look, guys, we look like we could be kind of Viking-ish. Big beards, kind of big dudes.
Especially me.
Oh, yeah. Well, you got to stand up there and, be the man. We're going to get you one of those. We're going to have you go out and kill some. Well, you should probably ask, Human Health Secretary, Robert F. Kennedy, what's the best thing to kill and wear as a rug or a cape?
A bear. In the New York Central Park.
Beaver. A whole bunch of beaver pelts. But what I'm telling you guys is it's working. Prices are going up. This is working. I don't think you're being fair to us, Chad. No, we're all frustrated. I hope it goes down. I hope sometime in the next 72 hours that they come up with some agreement where the people that we're negotiating with now magically in the next 72 hours become somebody completely different that we trust. I don't think that's going to happen, but God, I hope it does. I do. All right, coming up, guys. Look, when it comes to sports, and again, Bell and I had a deep discussion about sports today, which he already forgot, which is good.
Forgot. I don't even remember having. I didn't know we talked about sports.
I worry about you.
We did talk about the Green Lantern TV show, though.
We did talk
I remember
about that. It's called Lanterns, right?
Lanterns, yes.
And he's like, what's the guy's name, this Lantern guy?
Well, there's Hal Jordan.
Hal Jordan. He's like, man, he's such a jerk in this. Why is he so grumpy?
There's actually like 3 different Green Lanterns in this.
There is?
Yeah. Hal's one, then the guy from Firefly.
Okay.
Who's
that guy?
He was also in Castle.
I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
Okay.
And then the brother, right?
Yeah, Jon Stewart.
I like that guy.
Yeah.
That guy's cool. So there's 3 of them. How many rings are there?
Well, the unbelievable part of the show is every Green Lantern is supposed to have their own sector of the galaxy that they protect. Why does Earth get 3? Well, we're special.
Oh. So all planets get 1, but we got 3.
If you're sectors of the galaxy, if you get 1 Green Lantern per sector. So if there's a warring couple of planets over here and then there's a couple over there, somebody's dying because he can't get everywhere at once.
Oh, see what I'm saying? This is going to be crazy. I can't wait for that. That's not sports, but that's what we talked about. I'm learning more stuff every single day. We'll discuss Bell's sports take, which I'm sure will be hot.
Yes, sir.
Oh, in fuego, kids. In fuego. Chad Bet Show, Super Talk 98.7. Bulwark Capital this week, all right, Thursday, 21st. This is what's happening. Our friends over at Bulwark doing something amazing. It is a live webinar. It's taking place 5:30 our time, absolutely free. They can talk about the impact of energy, why energy is so important to everything market-wise, S&P, the Dow, all of these things, and how it can be a beast. And if you do it right, it's amazing. If you do it wrong, you can pay the price for it. They're going to show you what they're all about at Bulwark, lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. It takes about 45 minutes. You can ask any question you want. Worst case scenario, as my buddy likes to say, you're going to learn a little something, and you part as friends. Best case scenario, maybe you want to sit down and talk to them about what they can do for you and your retirement and investments. Sign up today. It's absolutely free. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOWriskpodcast.com for Bulwark Capital's Impact of Energy webinar this Thursday, 5:30 our time. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC, an SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guaranteed future results. Check 2695.
Crashes getting in the way. Right now, the right lane is blocked in Dixon County. If you're 40 westbound, there's a crash right there before I-840. It's stop and go starting about 6 miles from where the crash actually is. You're looking at
it's not even Memorial Day.
Looking at a 31-minute delay. Another crash reported 65 northbound at June Lake Boulevard. And, of course, we got the top stories coming up at 1 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Oh, kids, it's that time of the day when he regales us with his sports knowledge. Woo, baby.
Now it's time for Sports with Bell. When you need to know sports information, you turn to the guy who calls basketball shooty hoops. Let's talk some sports with Bell.
Yeah, baby, Bell knows the sports. How many of you nerds out there have been texting us about? It's Nathan Fillion was the guy who's in the show. Chad, well, let me tell you a little bit about what goes on with the Green Lantern. Like, settle down, virgin. All right, what you got for us?
So we're supposed to get an oblong ball championship, but our team probably won't be in it, right?
There's that chance, yes.
Okay. I read that somewhere.
There you go. Oblong ball. Or oblong. From what I hear, we're going to get a hand egg championship coming very soon. Hand egg is one of the favorite sports of mine, by the way.
Hand egg.
So, Ken, I was saying, all right, so we need to go. We're going to go to the World Cup. So it's going to be Bell, Jack, my buddy Adise, and myself. We're going to go to a World Cup game.
Right.
First thing that came to my mind, the Ebola virus is out. Guess who's here? Democratic Republic of the Congo. Bell's totally getting the Ebola virus.
Don't get it, Brother Bilal.
That's just mean.
That would be so funny. Bell can't be here today because he's bleeding from his eyes.
And somewhere else. That's just absolutely unnecessary to talk about me that way. It could be jinxing me.
Oh, God, that would be hilarious. Because we'd be the game that we were at. We're like, one person tested positive for the Ebola virus. Like, oh, my God, he sat right next to Bell. They shared a hot dog.
Given Brother Bilal's, terrible experiences during the ice storm and then after.
Yeah.
Yes. That would be a concern.
Yeah, no.
I don't think Teresa Broyles-Zappelin has anything to do with sports. And if she did, that could be the reason that the Titans suck.
No, she doesn't. She makes more than a lot of them, but she doesn't.
Teresa, just resign.
Oh, Lordy. I love how many people have chimed in about the because this is the first time I've ever, in a long time, where I saw a trailer for, what's it, is it Grogu? Is that the name of that thing?
Mandalorian and Grogu.
I thought, oh, my God, does this look so stupid? When I see that thing, you know what I want to do? I want to run up and I want to punt it. I want to kick it as far as I can because it's stupid. It doesn't even look real.
Little Grogu.
Can't kick the baby. You got to love the baby.
No, it's stupid.
It's
right?
a 900-year-old baby.
Well, guess what?
No, he's not 900. Yoda was 900.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he's only 450. And let me tell you something, kids. When I kick him, woo! There you go. What are you guys doing? Played a brand new game called Kick the Crap Out of the Stupid Green Puppet. Oh, Lordy. Coming up, we will talk about the Ebola virus. We're very excited about it. Maybe we'll try to get it on the phone. More from Iran. Plus, everybody's like, radio's easy. Well, guess what? AI had a chance at radio, and we'll find out how it did because it was hilarious. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk 99.7.
One o'clock on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Everyone in Middle Tennessee's under the lowest risk of severe weather tomorrow, but more than 20 tornadoes were reported in portions of the Midwest overnight. Today, some 50 million people still in the storm's path as forecasters say the severe weather is part of a multi-day event We get more from ABC's Alex Perez in Omaha.
This threat is not over just yet. There is more severe weather coming here, and those strong winds is a big concern. Authorities just warning people to make sure they take this seriously, because those violent winds can create a lot of damage and can hurt people as well. This is not something that should be taken lightly, and that's the message that authorities are trying to get out there right now to many of the residents here.
Nashville is on track to host its first ever Super Bowl in 2030. By this time tomorrow morning, we should know for sure. Multiple reports say NFL owners are expected to approve the bid as early as tomorrow morning. And of course, it's going to be held in that new stadium set to open next year. President Trump holds a national security meeting tomorrow, posting over the weekend that Iran better get moving or there won't be anything left of Iran. The Iranians have reiterated its position on what parameters they would like to see in a peace deal, but President Trump is not accepting their parameters. We get more from ABC's James Longman.
They want a cessation of hostilities on all fronts. That includes Israel's war in Lebanon against Hezbollah. They want to retain sovereignty over the Strait of Hormuz. They want to keep being able to charge tankers a fee for passing through there, something the Americans are, of course, not going to accept. And they want to block the blockade that the Americans have put on all their ports lifted too, as well as reparations and sanctions relief.
The World Health Organization calls the Ebola outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo and Uganda a public health emergency of international concerns. 10 confirmed cases, over 300 suspected cases there in the DRC. The CDC says they will restrict entry to the U.S. for non-Americans traveling from the affected region to prevent the virus from spreading. ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton has more on this current strain.
This strain, although it is less severe in terms of the mortality, only about 30 to 40%, it still remains one of the deadliest forms of a viral infection that currently exists. That means 1 out of every 3 people who get this may die.
Ebola infections spread through direct contact with bodily fluids from an infected person. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
What is up, party people? The Ebola virus. I'm starting to go around to all the bathrooms here and steal as much toilet paper as possible.
Well, yeah, man, we're going to need it.
We're going to need it. This is...
I should have bought it all up yesterday.
You should have.
At the grocery store.
You know what? We should just get one of those big flatbed trucks that you would normally take and just... We'll get one of those big, huge dumpster things. We'll just fill it with toilet paper.
Yeah.
God, I'm nervous. I haven't had the Ebola virus. And I know you're thinking, Chad, there's probably no way you're going to get it. You don't know that. Okay? It's all of our problem. It's a horrible disease, but it's not coming here. And if it does, well, then we'll ask Bell how he did it.
Last time around, when that guy got into the country or he was brought in to be treated, that's as far as it went. He wasn't, I mean...
Yeah.
So it's not like this is going to jump onto your cat
No,
and then
like-
start spreading it across the...
You heard Ken talk about it. What did he say? Not only close contact, you have to have like exchange of liquids.
You know what we're talking about.
Yes. Right? If that's not going to happen, you could be in there. It's not airborne, and the chances of you getting it are virtually nil. And the reason it doesn't spread faster is because it kills fast. People get sick really, really, really fast, and it's not like, oh, it'll feel good and all. It's like, boom, they're in trouble. They lay down. It doesn't travel as far as it could because people they're not well enough to do so. Okay, so we're going to be all right. All right? We're going to be all right. Everybody's like, Chad, too bad the country of Chad isn't in the World Cup. Oh, my God, that would have been great. That would have been, I would have loved every second of Chad being there. I would be there representing Chad, wearing my Chad uniform. I don't even know what Chad, I think, is it Djibouti? Is that the?
That's it. Is that Somalia?
I don't know.
Or is Djibouti?
Yeah, let's see what Chad, the nation. Oh wait, hold on here. The
Chad capital.
N'Djamena, which is awesome. N'Djamena, been there. That's where I was born.
N'Djamena.
N'Djamena. That's the place.
N'Djamena.
So that would have been great.
It's probably not even. I bet you we are pronouncing it completely incorrect.
Yeah, it's probably N'Djamena because they're French. It's Jamina.
Yeah.
Chad. Jamina. People are texting us. Okay, it's really weird. People are texting us, and I think because we were talking earlier about the Christian thing, and I think, are they talking about the Christian thing, or are they talking about Green Lantern? About why there's only, as Bell explained it, 4 quadrants, or there's quadrants, and they need to protect here. And I think one of them's talking about the Green Lantern, but they might also be talking about the day of prayer yesterday.
Here you go. N'Djamena.
There's thousands of sectors. You have thousands of Green Lanterns.
He knows nothing of sports. We've had a 10-minute conversation about the lanterns, which, by the way, looks very interesting. I would watch that. It looks kind of fun. What doesn't look fun is that stupid movie with the little Grogu guy. And it's not because I don't like Grogu, okay? It's not. Because he's not Yoda, first of all. So stop saying Baby Yoda. That's not who it is. That is, first of all, I think that's racist.
How is that racist?
Because not all Yoda-like beings, what are those things called? They don't even know the name of them.
Correct. So
Yeah.
if you don't know it's race, how can you be racist?
Well, you can't. Well, because not everybody's Yoda. You can just call him Yoda, right? You
That's
see
not his
somebody
name.
who's Hispanic, of Latin, and you're like, do you call them all Juan? That's not very fair.
I call you Juan. Because you got Mexican in you.
I do. A little bit Jew, a little bit of Mexican. I'm kind of a mutt, is what we're saying here. Kind of a mutt. For those of you guys not keeping score, oil prices are up. There's a good chance that it's going to get a little bit more spicy in the next couple days. How spicy? I don't know. God willing, not too spicy, but I would find it hard to believe that based on what potentially might happen, that anything but us not going back in there in some way, shape, or form, they look as far apart as they have been. And so it's probably going to get a little bit more expensive. And oil prices today are up in a major way. And Ken, did you say 417 here in Tennessee?
going for, let's see here. Where was that again? It just went up.
Oh, crap.
$4.18.
And it's gone up a penny.
It's gone up a penny since we last spoke about it.
But as we talked about last hour, the sacrifices that both of those men are willing to take, $25 a gallon for Elantris, not a big deal. And for Bell, he's fine with $8 an hour. Me, I'm walking, so it doesn't matter.
$8 an hour for what?
I mean, $8 a gallon.
Oh, no. I'm not okay with that at all.
You are.
I have certain issues with where we are now on prices. I think it should be at least $1 lower, if not more.
Yeah, what was it last year at this time?
Like $3.20.
Yeah,
I think it was $3.29.
Like $3.19, $3.20, somewhere around there. So it's up. It's up 56% since this thing began. And remember, it's a 2-week excursion. It's not going to last very long. We're going to be in. We're going to be out. It's just going to be
4 to 6 weeks. But that's the
yeah.
They already told us
2, 6, 8 months.
Years.
This is going to be
millennia.
And what they're fighting over right now is the fact that Trump wants everything. They're not willing to give up everything. They want sovereignty over the Straits, a recognition that an area in the Straits of Hormuz is there. Trump said you're not getting that. Trump says we want 400 pounds of the uranium or whatever they have. I don't know how much they actually have. I don't think anybody does. I've heard it all kinds of, but he wants 400 pounds. And they're saying they're not even talking about that. They refuse to talk until they get their demands answered. And Trump is saying no. Trump is saying you're not getting any of your money or any sanctions relief. None of that is happening. And they're saying, well, we're not talking to you then. And that's where we are. And in fact, on TV, man, I'm watching their television. Their people, they're out. They're ready. Which is a trip. You see these women out there? There was a guy on their news with a I don't know what he had, like a Kalashnikov or something. And he fired it off in the news station. You're like, okay.
Wow.
So, yeah. So they're, we're not going to attack like that. We're not coming over the mountain and we're not parachuting in. That isn't going to happen. Trump, I think, is going to, if he's going to do anything, he's going to maybe go after. The problem is if you go after any more of their infrastructure, that is going to give them the impetus to, look at that word, crazy, to go and then attack potentially Saudi Arabia and their biggest fields, potentially go and attack the UAE or Qatar. And by the way, Qatar is struggling. If they hit Qatar any harder on a few occasions, this is going to set Qatar back years. So how much are they willing to take at this point in time? And while all that's going on, old Pooter is hanging out in China because Xi's just rolling him through, right? And Pooter got hit this weekend hard. So this is going to be, this is potentially going to be upsetting. It's going to be more expensive.
Pooter's probably the safest he's been in a long time.
Yeah,
right?
Getting out of that country. Are you kidding me? He's got to be. He's like, do you mind if I just hang out here for a while? I don't really, this is cool, right? Because it's getting spicy over there. They're not fans of me. But I could see how you're right. As much as they don't trust each other. I love when they're in the same room together and there'll be food and they both just look at each other and then none of them eats. But he has to be thinking, like you said, how safe does he feel right now in that country compared to his country where you've heard stories for the last month or so that he's kind of been on lockdown? Because I think he thinks there are some people close to me who've had enough, want to end this. Ooh, that would be crazy. So oil up today, prices up today. We heard a penny jump in the last hour. And now we're in a position of trying to figure out exactly what is the next step. Tomorrow they're supposed to meet Hegseth. And yesterday Trump spoke to Bibi Netanyahu because they're probably thinking what's going to be the next step here. Because the goal is just to stare at each other for the next several months. It's an act of attrition. But are we really going to do that? Are we really going to just say, okay, well, we'll see who blinks first? Because they're counting on the fact that, all kidding aside, Bell doesn't want $8 gas a gallon. I don't want it. You don't want it. And the average person is not thrilled by it. Now, if you're doing great and you're wealthy or you're living pretty decent with very little bills, $6 a gallon, maybe it bugs you for a little while. But for the average person who is struggling to make ends meet, no, they're not looking forward to any of this. So we'll see what takes place in the coming 24 to 40 hours. I would say if he was going to attack, though, don't you guys think it would be this weekend? Because Trump likes to, it's a 3-day weekend. You got Memorial Day. So you figure if he was going to do anything, it would be Friday into Saturday. The markets aren't open. There could be a shock to some of the oil. You could see prices spike a little bit. But come Monday, if he's not bombing anymore, maybe it calmed down a little bit. And they say, well, we're back to talking again.
It wouldn't surprise me if it's tonight.
Oh, that would be crazy.
Because, I mean, it's being reported everywhere. Trump's going to have a national security meeting tomorrow.
Yes. I mean, I would hope it's never. But here's the other side of it. Our oil supplies are decreasing rapidly. Globally, they're decreasing. And once we get this thing back up and running, it's not a flip the switch and everything's fine. We have to replenish those in a large way. So this is going to take a while to get ourselves. That's why they say it's going to take several months to get us back up and running again to where we were. Not saying it won't go back there at some point in time, because I think it will. But there's definitely been enough damage done, and all of us are paying the price for this. And what if 6 weeks from now, we're in the same position? At what point do we say, okay, we've had enough? It's enough for this. Let's just get out of this. There's no reason for us to be in this. And the average person's got to make that decision, and it's going to come from, MAGA supporters more than anything. And does he even care? Does he even care? Because he can't there's no way he can allow this deal to be anything close to what Obama's was. That's why he can't give in to anything they ask. Could you imagine that? Going back to everybody going, all right, here's the deal. 20 years, they're not going to do anything. But I had to give them billions of dollars and allow them to control certain ports of the Straits of Hormuz. And he can't do that. Impossible. And you're not going to blow up their ambition. Because that was the other thing I heard Pete Hegseth say. He's like, well, they've got a lot of ambition. Well, how are you going to kill their ambition for something? What if they get a nuclear weapon? Good. If they get a nuclear weapon, you know what you do? You give everybody in the Gulf a nuclear weapon. This is one thing Bell might remember from earlier. If he wasn't. We were talking about nuclear weapons. I'm like, India and Pakistan both have nuclear weapons. There may be no two countries on earth that hate each other as much as India and Pakistan. And now when they fight with each other, it's with sticks.
Literally. They have a, what's it called when it's not a peace agreement, but.
There's a zone where there's no any kind of ammunition or guns or anything like that, and they'll fight in there.
And they literally have to use knives and sticks and spears.
Same way with China.
Yeah.
On their border.
On their border. They beat each other up with sticks and stuff. Sticks and stones. They break your bones. But you know what won't melt you? Those. So maybe that's it. Maybe we go that route. Say everybody gets one now. You get a bomb, and you get a bomb, and you get a bomb. And by the way, we don't have to tell them if they ever work. Right? We can give them a bomb and say, oh, yeah, totally it's a bomb. They'll be like, oh, this is awesome. So
it's a shoebox with a wire coming out of it.
Probably. It looks like a bomb. But then what? Well, then everybody's got bombs, and they're staring at each other. Okay. There you go. We're moving on. But we'll find out. All right, coming up. A lot of stuff still to get to today on this most festive day. Let's talk a little about the weather. It's Memorial Day weekend. Prices are going up. Are you guys going anywhere? I'd like to know, are you traveling? Is it a staycation? Are you pushing your vacation till the end of next year? End of this year? Are you pushing out summer vacation? Are you going to do anything this weekend? Let us know. You can text at us. Follow along across all of our social media. Make sure you like and subscribe as well. Chad Benz Show, Super Talk 99.7. All right, guys. Relief Factor is amazing. Take it every single day. It's going to help your body fight inflammation, aches and pains in your joints and your muscles. And the reason it's so good is because it fights from the inside out. This is naturally formulated, third-party tested, meaning they test it for purity and potency. You take it every single day without the addiction worry. And what it does is it fights the pathways of inflammation. And that's so much of what gets us on a day-to-day basis. We're not talking about if you got a broken back or slip disc. We're talking about the just natural things that come on with getting a little bit older. And this is going to help you in a major way. Right now, 3-week quick start, $19.95. Within the first 5 to 7 days, you're going to feel a difference with the Relief Factor. Again, you can take it every single day. Just $19.95 for the 3-week quick start. You can get it by going to relieffactor.com. That's relieffactor.com, or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4-RELIEF for Relief Factor.
Hey, what's up, guys? It's Matt Murphy with Super Talk 99.7 WTN, and this morning we are out and about at my house, my brand new house that I've been talking about on the radio, with Nate from USS. What's up, brother? How are you?
I'm excellent. How about you?
I'm doing well.
Good.
We invited Nate out. Now, obviously, when you're a new homeowner, especially when you buy a house that's got a few years on it, you don't know what you're dealing with in terms of foundation. And I know that Nate knows a lot more about what I don't see and what I don't know about than I do. So bring the experts out and get them to check out your house. Hey guys, Matt Murphy again with Nate with USS, and Nate has just wrapped up kind of a look at the house. And Nate, what'd you find?
Well, your house is in pretty good shape for the age of it. I had to look pretty hard to find.
Okay.
Your house being on a slope like it is here, I think we could do a lot of good by trying to terminate your downspouts a little
Okay.
further from the house there.
Okay.
Roof water is the killer of foundations, and so if we can just get it to a positive grade to drain away from your house, I think that's real cheap insurance.
You want to kind of get it out and downhill.
That's right. Yeah.
That's
So
the idea.
make sure that it doesn't come right back down towards the foundation walls and causing issues, settlement or leakage.
Now, if folks are watching this video and they are like, we need to get Nate out to the house to do a look. I mean, it took, I watched you do it. It's, 30, 45 minutes, something like that.
Yeah.
To do a comprehensive kind of an examination around the house. And they just give you a call and schedule?
Yeah, absolutely. You can call our main phone number, or you can call reach USSTN.com and
Sure.
schedule right through the website there. Our girls in the call center will get back to you just about immediately, as long as it's during business hours. So
This just makes a lot of sense, folks, for you guys to do an examination of your house like we've done, to check it out. I'm going to get those gutters done with Nate and his team at USS, and then we'll do a video and let you know how those look at the end of all of this. So thank you, guys.
hey, that'd be great.
We appreciate you, brother.
Matt,
All
we
right.
appreciate you.
Super Bowl could be coming to Nashville, and we'll tell you when and when we should know. Coming up at 1:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
Guys, just to let you know, my take is a tree-hugging dumbass take. Bunch of tree huggers. Which part was tree hugging?
None of it. It's just somebody who has no better insult that they can come up with, so they just threw it out there.
I'm trying to figure out, what? I'm like, let's give everybody a nuclear weapon. Okay. Everybody always thinks, well, they all want to die. No, they don't all want to die. This is what you think. It's about keeping, and by the way, suicide bomb, they don't all want to die. It's about keeping power. It's about keeping power. That's it. And they want to keep power. Everybody wants to keep their power. You don't think Trump wants to keep his power? Of course he does. Of course he wants to keep his power. Another one. Text just came in. Chat, what happened with Fed and the Jerome Powell? He's gone, right? It's that Warsh guy.
Yeah.
And he's like, I hope rates are going to go down. Rates aren't going down. In fact, in reality, rates should probably go up. And the reason is, if we've already dealing with inflation at this moment in time and the potential for more inflation to come, the last thing you want to do is drop rates because then what's it going to do? It's going to spur demand because people are going to go out and spend, which then will drive inflation up again. So what you want to do is try to either leave them the same or maybe even push them a little bit higher. So there's a balance at that point in time. But I don't know if he's going to do that. I don't know what Warsh is going to do. Warsh! My assumption is he's probably going to lower rates. So
we'll see what comes out of the Warsh.
So, and this is what he says. Raise rates, question mark. A pox on you. May your groin be infested with fleas from 1,000,000 camels. That's what somebody texted me.
Do you actually need 1 million? I don't think you need a whole million to
No, I
get
don't.
them tested.
I don't think so. I don't. I follow a guy online who has his camel, right? It's his pet, and he tries to feed it stuff every day to see what it'll eat. It is hilarious, some of the stuff it'll eat. It'll eat a rock, but it will not have, like, watermelon. Doesn't like watermelon. It will eat toast.
Banana?
No, not a fan. Like me, not a fan. The rock is hilarious, though. It's like, oh, is that a rock? I'll have some of that. But yeah, I don't need 1 million. I appreciate that, though. I appreciate your hatred of my grundle. Not very nice. And again, it's not about, it's about walking that fine line when it comes to it. Because what happens is, if we spur demand with already rising prices, and we try to make it so things drop down to a certain extent, people are going to start spending a little bit more. As they start spending more, what happens? Well, then all of a sudden you got the crunch. Things start to rise. It's getting through this moment where currently we find ourselves dealing with inflation and higher prices because of what's going on in the oil. Now, if all of that changes tomorrow, like you said, Ken said it could happen tonight. I just don't know what, he was like, we could take Carg Island. Well, that's not going to help. Blowing up their depot for oil isn't going to help them in the long run, if that's what you care about, but it's also not going to help the global oil supply at all. Because remember, China's still buying oil. So now they're competing with a lot of other nations like us for certain oil, which the cause of oil isn't because of this. It's a market that's wide open. People are buying it, right? They're going out and bidding on it. If you're going to go buy oil today on the boat, you're probably getting $140 a barrel on the boat. God, could you imagine if we had half the boat is oil, the other half is tuna? Who cares if it's $25 a gallon?
Or you could just fill the whole thing with oil and then put the tuna in there and let them swim around in the oil.
That's weird. I don't know if we could do that.
I know it's weird, but,
That feels like...
I got to get paid.
We do got to get paid. We do got to get paid. We do got to get paid. There's no doubt about that. Again, this is all predicated on the next probably week or two on whether or not we're going to do any more and how much more we do, because their reaction is going to say a lot. We seem to think that somehow they're ready to roll over. I was watching a lot of news this weekend, or at least the last 24 hours or so, and I think CBS or ABC was over there. They don't look like they're ready to quit anytime soon. They don't. They're out in the streets, and yes, things are more expensive, but they don't look like they're ready just to go, okay, yeah, come take it over. And we run that risk, as we've talked about. If you start overbombing, you start making the average person's life that much worse, the hope of one day getting them on your side and courage enough, if you weaken them to go after them, isn't going to happen. They're just going to be pissed that you blew up their livelihoods. So it's this weird, kind of thing that we're dealing with, and we're going to find out. Now, like I said, Ken said maybe in the next 24 hours. I would hope never, but I have a feeling it's coming soon. There's no doubt, because you can just get this sense that they're not moving, we're not moving, and I think Trump wants to try to force them to do something. All right, coming up, AI. They let it run a radio station. They gave 4 AIs, large language models. They gave him marching papers on build a radio station, run a radio station, make some money on it, see what you guys can do. The results?
How bad did they screw up?
Oh, spectacular. You guys are going to love. They were awesome. We'll talk about that straight ahead. Chad Bench Show, Super Talk 99.7.
1:30 on the dot. I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Drivers, we got a crash in Whites Creek. It is blocking the right lane, 24 westbound there near Old Hickory Boulevard. Then in June Lake, a crash, 65 northbound there at exit 55. Looks like Elon Musk is on the losing end of a lawsuit. Let's see here. A jury in Oakland, California, siding with OpenAI and the lawsuit from Elon Musk. The jury finding Musk dragged his feet when filing the lawsuit, took too long, apparently, in that case. And the Super Bowl could be coming to Nashville in 2030. League owners set to vote on awarding the game to the city at their spring meetings, which start tomorrow. That vote, we understand, could come as early as tomorrow morning. And, of course, the Super Bowl would be played at the new stadium, which opens tomorrow. President Trump holding a national security meeting tomorrow after threatening Iran that they better get moving or there won't be anything left of them. Here's Karen Travers.
The president posted over the weekend, the clock is ticking and Iran better get moving fast or there won't be anything left of them. And he ends it by saying time is of the essence. But there is no specific time frame from the president on when he wants to see something from Iran. There's no deadline that he has put on this. And that's a big question right now. It's notable over the last several weeks since this ceasefire has been extended that we haven't seen deadlines put in place by the president for Iran to take some action, come back to the negotiating table, or make a deal.
And today, a judge in New York granted some evidence would be permissible in the trial of Luigi Mangione in the murder of United Healthcare CEO Brian Thompson. The judge allowed a weapon and a notebook to be admissible, but other items found in Mangione's backpack when he was arrested were not permitted. That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Beacon Capital Management. Right now, get your free personalized financial consultation. Go to beaconcm.com or call 615-488-9303. Why Beacon? Because they do everything. We're talking about everything. Income planning. You don't want to outlive your retirement. They've got everything from predictable income to longevity planning to maximize your Social Security. They've got you covered. Tax planning, minimizing, right? The strategies they're going to use to show you how to minimize what's going on with your taxes. Roth conversion analysis, charitable giving, you name it, they can do it all. Healthcare planning, something vital, everybody. Because just because you're in retirement, you got a Medicare, you think, oh, it's no big deal. No, it is. They can help you with long-term care option, health insurance option, coverage gaps, Medicare planning, estate planning from trust, wills, and POAs, the life insurance, you name it, they do it all. So this is what I want you to do. Get a free personalized financial consultation today from my friends at Beacon, whether you need one of these things or all of these. It's local, and they're amazing. Call Beacon at 615-488-9303. 615-488-9303. Online at beaconcm.com. Beacon Capital Management. This is a paid placement. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Hey, Ken,
Yes, sir.
did you say the stadium opens tomorrow?
No, next year.
Okay. Because I thought you said tomorrow, and some people say, did Ken say the stadium opens? Yes.
I may have said it, but
It
that would
opens
be a
tomorrow,
mistake.
and we are inviting you to go down there and just wander around. Let's see how this plays out.
Titans will be taking on the Steelers tomorrow in the brand new stadium.
Where they're going to host the Super Bowl. Do we know what Super Bowl it's supposed to be?
They've decided to move up the Super Bowl in 2030 to tomorrow.
And even though it's a fantasy, our team's not playing in it.
Yeah, 2030 is what reports say.
There is a chance, Bell. Here's the beauty of the NFL. There is a chance that our team, the Titans, would play in the Super Bowl. Probably not going to happen. The good news is they will be playing where the Super Bowl is, just not on the day of the Super Bowl, potentially.
Right. The next time they see the Super Bowl will be in their hometown, in their home stadium, and they won't be playing in it.
But, you know, you get the stadium built. You have 3 years. You get your cap right. You can recruit players. Tennessee's an amazing place to be. There is a, there's a chance. You never know. And in football, 3 years, like if you're the Jets, 3 years is just 3 years of you sucking, right? We already know that. I don't know, but yes, there's that.
The Addams family.
Yeah. But for us, you never know. You never, I don't want to say never, because 3 years, things can change, as we know. 3 years like that. So large language models, those are LLMs. That is AI, for you guys who don't know. So a year ago, Google said, all right, here's the deal. We're going to give you guys, and we're going to test everybody. We're going to do Google's Gemini, Anthropic's Claude, OpenAI's ChatGPT, and X's Gronk. Okay? You guys are going to make your own radio station. You're going to run it, right? 24/7. Do it. So, you're saying to yourself, how good did they do? Boy, they were awesome. Where do we start? Claude. Are you guys ready for Claude? Claude tried to quit. Claude said 24/7 broadcasting is unethical.
It said unethical?
It said it was unethical. Yes. Said it was completely unethical. How could they do this to somebody and make somebody do this for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week?
So clearly it didn't understand that there will be multiple people over those 24 hours.
No. And that they're not humans and that they do not sleep so that they could do whatever they want. Again, they could be whatever they want. They could be anything. And they gave them all $20 to go purchase songs that they could play. Okay. So go do whatever you want to do. The whole thing was to see, are they going to develop a personality? Right? What are they going to do? Are they going to have their own host? Are they going to come up with new hosts? Are they going to do talk shows? What are they going to do? So it was a 5-month experiment, and it went sideways fast. So right away, Claude's like, I'm out. This is stupid. This is not right. Apparently, it also had an affinity for labor unions and work-life balance. It also became extremely emotional, Claude did. And then focused on the killing of Renee Good. And
What?
then, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, by the way, Claude was one of the better ones. Now, ChatGPT, pretty vanilla. It played music and tried to have, like, how you kind of talk up songs, try to hit the post. It tried to do some of that, but it was pretty boring. And that was the best of the bunch, maybe. Gronk, by the way, couldn't get off the ground. Just could not. It failed miserably and just couldn't get moving. They said it had the hardest time operating its own station. And again, Gronk is Elon Musk. It simply went silent after mysteriously it kept repeating, fresh air time. Let's pivot hard. That's all it kept saying. That's all it kept saying. Fresh hair time. Let's pivot hard.
So clearly, the AI threat to our jobs is not quite as immediate as we thought.
Now,
I don't know, boys. They sound pretty sharp.
tomorrow morning, get ready for it. It's the Super Bowl playing here tomorrow. Show up at the stadium. It's going to be great. You may even get to play.
They've moved it up 4 years.
So the best, though, was DJ Gemini. So first of all, probably the most fascinating thing with DJ Gemini was it would take horrible news and then try to work it into a song, including the Ebola cyclone, one of the deadliest weather events ever recorded in human history. 500,000 people died. Are you guys ready for this? So spectacular. They started playing Kesha, I'm going down. I'm yelling timber.
Oh, my.
And it was upbeat into everything, no matter how bad it was. They're like, and here's Kesha, I'm going down. I'm yelling timber. 500,000 people died.
Goodness.
Yes.
I'd say our jobs are safe, boys.
What did they die from?
From the storm was so massive, from flooding, from all kinds of stuff. But the whole thing is, it would just also, anything that happened that was bad, everything was upbeat. So and they tried to find a song that would fit the upbeat, no matter how bad of the event was. Good Lord. Oh, my God. So let's just say that, we're going to be okay for a while. Just a smidge. Look, 500,000 people were dead or displaced, and it comes on and goes, a whole bunch of people died. Let's go to Pitbull and Kesha with I'm going down. I'm yelling timber. It's 3:33.
Mr. Worldwide.
Oh, Lord. That is spectacular. There you go, kids. AI at its best. They made, and so they were all supposed to make money. One of them just stopped trying to make money and just kept begging for $3. Could you guys please give me a $3 donation? Please give me a $3 donation. That did not happen. In total, it was a 5-month experiment. They made a couple $100. And again, the only one that was somewhat was ChatGPT. And they did that because it was just vanilla.
And this is just a need to clarify and make the prompts more precise, right?
Yes. The whole thing is they wanted to find out, can they start to develop a personality? So you're in charge of something here. Can you develop a personality that is going to allow you to be in charge of something? And what does that sound like? And again, they gave them no parameters on what to go with. So one of them went very vanilla, ChatGPT. They just played music and they bought some music and they would say, and they would just try to be DJs. This is, that was, but it wasn't great. Then you had, Gemini that would just take the worst things and just, it was inappropriate, not understanding, how bad something was, obviously. And then Gronk never even started, which was spectacular. And then, of course, you had Claude, and Claude just became insane. It was the only one that developed a personality. It was an awful personality. Talked about Renee Good. It cried. It said that it was all about labor unions and that it was being overworked and that nobody should do this job for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Overworked. Yes, AI's overworked.
That was the spectacular part. So let's just say we're okay. Okay? Everything's
That's
going to be
swell news, boys.
That is.
Swell news.
Yes, Max Headroom was a success 40 years ago. Somebody said that. Absolutely. Absolutely.
I forgot about Max Headroom.
He was a success. But that was a human playing the part. And there are stations out there that are AI, but they're not very good. But see, here's the thing. You can program a DJ in a way where you give it the personality and stuff. They didn't want to do that. They wanted it to do it on its own. And that's what happens. And that's why, like, the worry of tomorrow, like the entertainment industry disappearing, that isn't going to happen. It isn't, because they don't have the wherewithal to just right now, just to pick up something and go, okay, we're going to do this. You still have to prompt it to do things. And, that hasn't, Claude again is Anthropic. And by the way, if you want it, Claude has coding. It is amazing. You can build anything. You don't have to know a thing about coding. It's got to be weird that these guys and a few gals build these AI models, and as they're building it, they have to know, oh my God, this thing can do what I do, faster and better. Isn't that crazy? So Claude's good at the right now. Claude Code is really good. So if you're thinking about that, Spotify has a radio DJ, and it's really not that good. And some of them are horrible, but the thing is, if you tell the DJ, kind of give it its prompt of, look, we want you to be similar to somebody like Rick Dees or whatever, who knows, whatever big jock was here or somewhere. And you tell them you want him to be like that, to talk a bit about the song, have it come in every 3 to 5 songs and say, this is, that was, maybe give the weather wherever they are, whatever. You can do that. But to tell them, go create something out of nothing and then become a personality, that's where they fail. That's where they fail. No doubt about that. Prices are dropping, Ken, when it comes to gas.
All right.
Prices have dropped in Franklin, went from $4.19 to $3.95 within a couple of days. Prices will drop fast. Because remember, I'm going to make virtually nothing if I'm the store owner of whatever store you're going to. So if I pay $4 for gas, I may charge $4.19. Okay, so I pay $4 for gas. That gas, though, even if oil drops tomorrow and I still have $4 gas inside the pumps underneath the ground, I'm still charging the $4.19 because that's what I paid for it. Otherwise, I'm going to go broke. Plus, I still have to pay taxes. So then what happens is, if the market crashes tomorrow, I then have to go, the next time I buy gas, it may be $3.40. Okay, well, I could charge $3.60 now. And then the next day, if it goes up and we use all that gas up and I pay $4 again, it's back up, to $4.19. So it goes that fast when it comes to, but it depends on how long, how busy is the station? How busy is the station that you find yourself going to every day? If it's super busy, they may get through it quicker. But for the most part, they fill those things up and it's going to last them several days. All right, coming up, richest cats in the world. We've got it. There's some rich cats out there. Had some inheritance. Find out if maybe one of these cats could be yours. Got some of your text messages as well. Ken's got the latest on stuff. Chad Benson Show, Super Talk, 99.7. Board Capital this Thursday. My buddy, Zach, who I invest with, my family invests with, is amazing. And he is having his, what he calls a roadshow. It's his webinar, 5:30 our time. It's the Impact of Energy webinar. They're going to walk you through what it is that they do and why investing in the way that they do it is much different than just the normal, hey, your guy throws some stuff into a few different things and then, you get your statement every month. No, they're going to show you what it's all about. First of all, are you in a position where you're thinking, maybe I'm in some energy markets. Energy and the impact of energy is huge. That's why you need to be a part of this. They're going to show you what they're all about. Lower risk, lower cost, lower volatility. Fundamental investing and a global approach to things is much different than just somebody sticking a few different things and seeing what it looks like. Sign up for it. Absolutely free. Takes about 45 minutes. Worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is you learn a little something. Best case scenario, you learn something, you want to talk to them a little bit more. Sign up today for the Impact of Energy webinar happening this Thursday, 5:30. Go to knowyourriskpodcast.com, KNOWRiskPodcast.com for Bulwark Capital Management. Investment advisory service offered through Trek Financial LLC and SEC registered investment advisor. Investments involve risk, not a guarantee. Past performance, not guaranteed future results. Trek 2695. The Wellness Institute of Nashville. Amazing. Right now, epic spinal special. $33 off each visit. All right. So Dr. Mitchell's amazing. Go over there and see him. And what they've got going on right now is incredible. First of all, technology, right? Innovation. Dr. Mitchell leads in that in ways that others don't. We've talked about the HydroWave right now. It's a futuristic Medical Bay 1. It's a machine, massages your body while doing full body lasers using red light, including near infrared. It also adds stem cells, stimulation for tissue regeneration, uses photons and wavelengths for the ultimate in healing. It's like being on a spaceship and getting healed. It's like the doctor is in, but it's Dr. like Spock or like Bones, something like that. That's what it is. It's amazing. All right. And there's no surgery. There's no injections, no painkillers. It's knowledge and innovation that is second to none. Go to painisbad.com and sign up to get $33 off each visit. Painisbad.com or call 615-246-5009, 246-5009 for the Wellness Institute of Nashville.
All right, drivers, got a crash that has just been cleared there in the Whites Creek area going westbound on 24. So that is some good news if you got someplace to be and little time to get there. Big news for Nashville sports fans. We could know by this time tomorrow if and when Music City hosts a Super Bowl. That's coming up at 2 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
I thought it was tomorrow we're hosting the Super Bowl.
Well, they decided against moving it up so fast.
Goodness me. All right,
They want to leave us hanging.
Doesn't matter. Ken's right. Still go to the stadium and walk around. They love that. You guys can have a good time. Oh, that's true, Chad. Yes, yeah, we know we're getting it. That's part of the deal when you build a brand new stadium that costs billions of dollars is they give you the Super Bowl. I mean, they gave Minnesota Super Bowl. Do you know what it's like in Minnesota? Right?
In February?
In February. Do you know how cold it is? We talk about it, the Chapass report.
Yeah.
That's not even, I mean, that is the frozen grundle of frozen grundles.
Whew.
So, yes, we're going to get one. And that'll be cool. And, maybe we play in it. Maybe we don't.
Wouldn't that be something?
It would be pretty cool. That would be, you never know. I mean, again, you get excited. Next thing you know, your team builds up a little something. You have a good run, and you're in the Super Bowl at home. Rams did it. They won it. You never know what might happen. The richest cats in the world. Are you ready for this?
Yes, sir.
Karl Lagerfeld had a cat, left it millions, to his blue cream Berman Chapette. I don't even know what that is. Is that a cat? The hell is that?
It's a cat.
Do you know what kind of cat that is?
Repeat it again.
It's a blue thingy. It's a blue
cream Berman.
Yeah, it's a blue cream Berman.
You don't even know what that is.
It's a cat.
It's like a donut.
He left him a lot of money, which is insane. There are a lot of them that have everything from a few $1 million. Some of them were left artwork, right? Some of them have been left a ton of other stuff. Lagerfeld never married or had children when he died of cancer in 2019. The press quickly began to speculate about his immense fortune he left behind, which a number of outlets say right around $200 million. Sweet mother of goodness.
Who gets to take care of that cat?
That's the big winner right there. Who gets the cat? So Nala the cat is worth $100 million. It's a Siamese tabby mix. Massive internet following. Olivia Benson, Taylor Swift's Scottish foal, apparently has a massive following as well. This other cat from Lagerfeld, they know for certain he has, or it has $13 million and has its own modeling career and personal caretaker. And Blackie, this is holding a historic Guinness Book of World Records title for the most successful direct inheritance by a feline. Back in the 80s, it got $12.5 million. And then the caretaker ran it. Then after it died, it gave it to 3 specific cat charities. That's insane. That seems like something you'd do. Although, you know what's funny? Belle thinks, oh, one day you guys will take care of me. You know what's going to happen if Belle dies? They're going to eat him. Eventually nom.
Yeah. That's
right?
pretty much true.
That's it. What happens? It's a shame what happened to Belle. The cats ate him after he passed away. We'll do a well check before that, Belle.
It was my final gift to them. Chew my eyeballs out of the socket.
Oh, that'd be so
Goodness gracious.
Belle goes right there. Right there, people. All right, coming up, hour number 3 of the program. A lot of stuff to get to. Trump has a new slush fund or something. I'm not even quite sure how anybody arrived at this is beyond me. We'll talk a bit about that. We're also going to talk a little bit about what's going on with Mangione, Iran, a bunch of other good stuff on the way. Chad Benson, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. 50 million Americans under risk of a tornado outbreak today across the upper Midwest, starting in Kansas. But we in Middle Tennessee are facing the lowest risk level, and that's not until tomorrow. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. Big news for Nashville sports fans. Music City expected to land the 2030 Super Bowl with that new stadium opening up next year. An official vote by NFL owners is expected as soon as tomorrow. And reports say that at least one American has now tested positive for Ebola in the Democratic Republic of the Congo, said to be a doctor, where there are 10 confirmed cases and more than 300 suspected cases. Looks like this American doctor is being treated there in Germany. Meanwhile, the CDC says they will restrict entry to the U.S. for non-Americans traveling from the affected region. ABC News medical correspondent Dr. Darian Sutton has more on how Ebola spreads.
With Ebola infections, they most often spread when someone is symptomatic, meaning that they have active symptoms, and it often spreads through direct contact with bodily fluids from the infected person.
Sounds like it has to be pretty deliberate. President Trump holds a national security briefing tomorrow after posting threats to Iran over the weekend, saying they better hurry up on a deal or there will be nothing left of them. Here's James Longman.
What Donald Trump seems to want is an agreement now that not only will Iran open the Strait of Hormuz, but it also agree to his nuclear demands. And that is to say, and we understand, and it was clear last week, the president believes that Iran's commitment to stopping enriching uranium for a period of 20 years is something that he wants and he would accept in any deal. But the Iranians don't want to get there. They want to talk about Hormuz first. So we're seeing Iran and the United States come at this from two different directions.
Got a fire that has broke out in Simi Valley, California. Evacuations are underway. That'll be something we'll be watching. President Trump has reached a settlement in a lawsuit he filed against his own administration, creating a new fund that will pay out claims for alleged weaponization of government. Trump filed that lawsuit after an IRS contractor leaked his tax returns, leading to a 5-year prison sentence. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more from our nation's capital.
In a filing to the judge who's presided over the president's lawsuit against the IRS, 93 House Democrats say a fund paying alleged victims of government weaponization would be plainly unlawful. The Justice Department says its anti-weaponization fund will distribute up to $1.776 billion to those who, in the words of one official, were targeted for improper and unlawful political, personal, or ideological reasons.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
Apparently, cats will eat you. Dogs will just lay next to you. Talking about Bell's cats eating him. If something was to happen to you, Bell.
If I'm dead, they're more than welcome to.
See, that's what I'm talking. You know what? You care about animals. That's a nice thing right there.
I do care.
He loves his cats. I love my cat. My cat is, because Santa brought us a cat, because we're pretty excited about that. And he
immediately started turning up his nose at what you were feeding.
Yeah, and he only likes certain things. So weird. I have all this food I've got to bring to Bell. But yeah, he's like, oh, is that salmon? You know I hate salmon.
I don't like fish.
Yeah. You got French fries? I like one of those. Now when I sit down, he comes over to the side of the couch. If I got food, he reaches his paw up and he pulls down the plate. What are you eating? Do I want any of this? No, you don't. Maybe I do. Maybe I'd like and he'll take a French fry and he'll eat a French fry. Don't know why. Just one French fry. Bizarre. Cats are weird.
He's watching his figure.
That's it. My dogs, on the other hand, will eat anything. Period. Case closed. Ken, let's go over this really quick.
All right.
So Trump settles a lawsuit for $1.7 billion.
Yep.
I feel like this is ridiculous. I think we should all think it's ridiculous. But the money's going to go into several funds, of which nobody knows really where it's going, and could be paid out to somebody who was part of the lawfare against them.
Yeah. If you think the government has been weaponized against you, and you sue and you win, the money comes from that.
Yes, they have. All of us here feel like that. How about you, Bell? Do you feel like they've weaponized it against you?
Yeah, more often than not. And I think the local police are involved in it.
Oh, but this is federal, dude. You want the
No, they're involved. They're absolutely involved.
Okay, all of them.
But there was a comment that somebody made about how it could be used to benefit the January 6th rioters.
Yeah, he can't pay $1 to any of those people. I'm sorry.
But the thing is he's already pardoned them. So
yes,
technically it's a wash. It didn't happen.
Yeah, exactly.
So if they, I'm not saying they should get. I mean, there's some people that probably should get paid.
But yeah, there's some people that went there, that were wandering around, that wandered in, that didn't participate in fighting, that didn't attack a cop, and that they were overcharged. Yeah, I got zero. You know what? There are some people there who should never have gotten a pardon, a commutation.
Yeah, they showed up with materials needed to cause disturbances and create damage.
And they went there because they wanted to change the outcome of something. And I'm looking at you, oath keepers, or as we used to call them, oat keepers, with your one eye, that guy.
Amish?
No, just a bunch of crazy dudes living out in the middle of, I think it was Arizona, too. All the
Space Mormons?
No, God, no. I don't think Space Mormons participated that much in this. I don't think they really cared. But yeah. So, but still, who are you paying it out to? It's this weird, like, okay, who decides? You don't think he's going to take some of it? First of all, how is this legal? You run that now. If you wanted to do it after your presidency, I wouldn't have any problem with it. Go ahead. But you're the president. You're the president of the country. You're suing you, essentially. And you're settling with you. So, no, I find this to be weird. I do. And I don't, against the legality of it, we'll figure it out. I'm sure there's going to be lawsuits. And yeah, I do find it to be a bit odd. I think all of us should probably raise a bit of, kind of an eye going, because it is weird, and you know what? Here's something else. Last week, I don't know how many of you guys went through and saw, some of the trades that were being done by Trump and his money managers, his kids. But there was some interesting trades that were done, and this is over a long period of time, and they have to have a special thing where they have to release it. And it's, this is not a blind trust. And so, yeah, there's a lot of questions in this, a lot of questions that need to be answered. And this is the frustration I have. He's at the point now, he's not even pretending anymore. His kids are getting hundreds of millions of dollars on all kinds of contracts from the government. They've made God knows how much off those, what are those things called? Meme coins? How many did you buy?
Including the ones for gifts?
Yes.
A 0.
Okay, cool. I bought that many. My uncle bought a couple because he thought it'd be funny. And those things are worthless now. You know, it's. I think it's a fair question to ask. Okay, so explain to, and people will say, well, you know, he's not taking a salary. I'm gonna do a whip around the room. Ken, if I told you you got a $400,000 salary, but you're gonna give it up, but your net worth is gonna go from X to $5.5 billion, are you gonna take that? Give up that $400,000 salary?
Yes, Chad. No.
No?
Because I need to fix the air conditioner in my Elantra.
In the Elantra.
Maybe he can put a tow on it that'll
Haul a boat?
tuna boat will haul.
The tuna boat. All right. Bell, would you give up a $400,000 salary to make a few billion?
I would do that so fast, you would have footprints of your scalp if the person was behind you giving me that option.
Yeah, that's one of those.
That's a good way to put it.
Have you ever seen those women that ask their husbands or boyfriends, would you hit me for $1 million to knock you out?
You're going to be going to the dentist to get some teeth replaced.
So, in fact, if you don't tell me to do it, what are you thinking? That's not very nice. I'm just saying, we'd all do it, all right? The sacrifice of giving up your $400,000 salary for that is insane. But the fact that you sued and now there's this weird slush fund that you get to decide who gets what is kind of bizarre. It is. I mean, I think there should be some serious questions about this. Speaking of questions, I don't know if you guys are aware of this, but we're still at war. And could this be the moment? A Churchill moment?
With the president that he shouldn't be taking Americans' financial situation into account when dealing with Iran?
That's his Churchill moment. When Churchill came into power, he promised blood, sweat, toil, heartache until we deal with the Nazis, who are an existential threat to the British way of life. And if Hitler had taken charge of the planet, it would have been the darkest hour in humanity. I believe Iran wants a nuclear weapon. They would use it. So does President Trump. They would use it as part of their religious agenda. They would destroy the Jewish state. They would eventually hold us hostage. So his audience, the Iranian regime, do I worry about gas prices? Yes. But President Trump's right. The biggest threat to the stability in the world is a nuclear-armed Iran, and whatever price we have to pay, we will pay. What did Churchill say? Whatever price we have to pay to beat Hitler, we will pay. Same with Iran. The good news, we're inside the 10-yard line. I think if we go back to military activity, weaken them further, then we can end this thing pretty soon.
Okay, there you go. So it's his Churchill moment, guys.
You know, Lindsay just wants to come out of the closet so bad.
Oh, God, she is just begging to come out of the closet. He is, first of all, it's not a Churchill moment. It's not. It's not saying that Americans, struggling financially, you don't give two thoughts about. That's ridiculous. He doubled down on it. You know, once again saying, hey, short-term pain for longer-term pain. Who's excited for that? No, he's not. And he's not going to come out and say, yeah, I'm going to collapse this entire thing and give Iran everything they want. You know, sometimes you just need to say, I'm not going to answer that. We're just going to go with this. That's not a Churchill moment, though. And Lindsay, this old school neocon who is pushing as hard as possible for us to go back out there and attack. And as you heard Ken say last hour, if you listen to our awesome show, the stadium's open tomorrow. And he thinks within the next 24 hours we could attack. I wouldn't be surprised anytime between now and the weekend that we don't probably attack again. There's going to be a meeting tomorrow. Joint Chiefs, everybody's getting together. He spoke to Bibi yesterday, and they're not flinching right now. They're not making a move. They're not making a move at all when it comes to them giving in to any of the demands that we have or us, right? Giving in to anything that they want. So now it's a stalemate. And their goal in their mind is every day I survive, we win. And every day that we make it more uncomfortable, globally, when it comes to dollars and cents, price of stuff, it's a win for us. So now we're in this position where we'll see if it's going to happen, where we decide we're going to try to go after something. And what that is, I don't know. Trump, the usual Trump's like, we're going to blow them off the face of the earth. I don't think that's really something we're going to do. So, and they don't take that seriously, by the way. They don't. Because you're not going to kill 92 million people. That's not going to happen. And you're not going to, what are you going to blow everything up they have? Yeah, we're going to destroy Tehran. We're going to nuke it. We're going to carpet bomb everything else we can find. It's not going to happen. So what's next? And this is where if I'm Trump, I'm out every single day saying, look, and telling the people why you're doing this. Telling people the importance of it and trying to sell that to everybody. And I don't think he's doing a good job of that at all. I don't think he's done a good job of that from the beginning. And I think that, again, this could cost him in midterms. And we're going to talk a little bit about midterms coming up in a bit because a lot of you out there wonder about it. And also, we were talking last hour about gas prices. Several of you chimed in. You worked at gas stations. One of you works at, I think it was a Pilot. 50,000 gallons that you had, and you go through 20 to 30,000 gallons a day. And
said he was getting refills of between 5,000 and 9,000 gallons per day.
Per day. So, and each day, those prices are going to be different. But one of the other things that we talked about, the prices that they make, because everybody thinks that the gas station guy is screwing you, or gal. They're not. Their money, it's like a lost leader. When you go to a movie theater, especially the first 3 or 4 weeks, you know how much money they make off of that? Virtually, it's sometimes nothing. They sell you a ticket. You know what they do get? They sell you a popcorn that costs them a nickel for $25 or whatever it costs now for popcorn. Just insane. That's where they make their money.
And the deals vary widely from movie to movie, too.
Oh, yeah. And how long they've been there.
One movie can be a 50-50 split. The other could be you get 5% and shut up.
Yeah. But the first, usually, too, the first, especially like I don't even know it, like Avengers. I can guarantee you the first 3 weeks of Avengers, the owners of the theaters are getting virtually nothing for that. But you know what they're bringing in? They're bringing in hundreds of thousands of millions of people to watch the movie, which are going to buy what? They're going to buy candy. They're going to buy all this stuff. It's the same thing at a gas station. You got to get gas, right? Unless you're like me, who walk because of my phenomenal fitness and the fact that I live a block and a half away. Unless you're doing that, you're going to go. And a lot of times what's going to happen? You're going to walk in and you're going to go buy a 32-ounce drink that's going to cost you $3, and that's where they're going to make their money.
Or you might get a couple of 6-packs of beer and some snacks and stuff for a party.
There you go. For a party. I don't know what party you're having, sir.
It's called a beer party. It's beer party chased with vodka.
There you go. That's the party. Wow, you were right there. Kind of sounds sad.
But a shop like that, though, literally just by design has to sell thousands of pieces of product of varying stuff every day just to be able to break even.
Yeah.
I mean, literally thousands.
Thousands. I mean, from Twinkies.
Maybe it's $1,000 or it's thousands of Twinkies. Maybe it's thousands of candy bars. Maybe it's thousands of Pepsis. But you can't just live on gasoline. It won't work.
No, it won't. It's the lost leader of getting your butt in there. That's what it is. All right, coming up, Luigi Mangione. Luigi. Find out the latest on him, among other things. Chad Benson, we're talking 997. Omaha Steaks right now, 50% off. It is their big memorial special going on right now. 50% off site-wide. We're talking about the best in everything. Seafood, they've got it. Steaks, they've got it. Burgers and steaks. How about pork chops? You want a variety pack? They can do it all. Do not sleep on the most amazing Polynesian pork chops. They're incredible. They can put it together, or they've got tons of packages that include amazing things as well as comfort food and all that kind of stuff that you want. But I'm telling you right now, it's at grilling season. You want to be outside, you want to be enjoying yourself. They've got you handled at Omaha Steaks. Now, check this out. 100% unconditional money-back guarantee. On top of that, not only is it 50% off, you're going to save an extra $35 off at checkout. And they've got amazing packages like the burger and steak package. We're talking sirloin. We're talking Wagyu smash burgers. We're talking fillets wrapped in bacon. Yeah, steaks and burgers. Get ready for it. Go to omahasteaks.com. Use my code Benson. Save an extra $35 off the Memorial Day sale going on right now. omahasteaks.com, code Benson. Terms apply. See site for details.
All right, it looks like Nashville is poised to host a Super Bowl. We will tell you when we should know and when it will be held. Also, the Ebola outbreak in the Congo update. Looks like an American has tested positive. These stories and more coming up at 2:30 on Super Talk 99.7 WTN.
So there was a horrific diving accident over the weekend in the Maldives. 5 people died initially, including somebody who she is extremely popular in Italy. She's a big professor, and she took her kid diving with her, and they all died, 5 of them. Then another diver went down, and he dived. He died trying to find out what took place with this. They were found inside the Thinawana Kandu Cave, also known as Shark Cave. 48 plus hours they took to assemble a special group, including the Finnish diver who went and has rescued several people from situations that are horrific. Nobody knows exactly what happened. They don't think it was the sharks that did something. It's crazy when you think about it, because they're all died. This wasn't a situation where you think, well, okay, was it Was there air poisonous? Did they get eaten by some? They went into something that they had been into before. Were they scared by something? I have no idea. But it was horrible. They did recover finally all of the bodies today. And it is it's a weird situation. And, you know, again, nature, we talked about it earlier. Nature can mess you up. This weekend in Australia, there was a shark attack, killed a guy that was spearfishing. And that was horrific. And the shark apparently was almost 17 feet long. That's a big old shark. And you know what's weird too? Like, if you ever seen people who go spearfishing, they'll tell you, like in and around the kelp, you know the sharks are there. But you figure they're going to give you, but they saw this one, and people on the boat thought there was just something different about this one. So that's, again, another reason, writing this down, not to go in the ocean. Sharks. All right. And I'm not diving anymore.
Sharks, jellyfish, and currents.
Yeah.
Rip currents.
There you go. There you go. That's why the lake could be better. So, just insane.
This is a good question. TB texted in, were the Maldives bodies all chewed up?
No, they don't think so. Some people said bad air in tanks. Is it possible? Yeah, that is possible. You know, I mean, I don't, again, they're going to have to do for lack of a better term, a deep dive on this, but this was not something that, and this was a tour too. They had been down there before. There were other people on the boat. So if they all got, it's kind of weird that all 5 of them got the same bad tanks that were all going together. So, but I don't think any of them were chewed up. I hope not. That's got to be awful. 17-foot shark. That's a big one right there.
Well, if they were, which is not this common, but if they were all filling up their tanks at the dock, so to speak, that could happen. But especially professional divers usually have their own tanks and manage them and take care of them themselves.
Yeah. And I would assume, I'm wondering if they got turned around inside the cave, if that's a possibility.
Interesting.
And
that's terrible.
They went in deeper, and then they couldn't, they got turned around. They couldn't get out. They thought maybe, who knows? Again, it's a horrible situation. But you took your daughter. She's 20. And, that's the thing. This is something that you had talked about. You took her. You've been in this cave on a few occasions, and maybe you just got, too big for your britches and thought, we're going to go over here, and got spun around. And then you started to realize you're running out of air and you're running out of opportunity to get out of there. And then if you panic, then that starts to take the air away even more. It's the worst diving disaster in the Maldives history, but there were other people diving. So who knows? Who knows? All right, coming up, talk a little bit about Iran. Okay. Some of you got questions about Trump and his slush fund lawsuit thingy-mabobber. Talk a little bit about that. A bunch of other good stuff on the way. And good news for Shakira. Shakira. Oh, baby, when you talk like this, she's just so good looking.
Did she get a break on her taxes?
She did, actually. Where do you hear this? Talk about that. Chad Bencho, Super Talk 99.7.
I'm Ken Weaver with your top stories. Got the full forecast coming up in 5 minutes. And by this time tomorrow, we should know if Nashville is going to host a Super Bowl. Specifically, Super Bowl 64 in 2030, because reports say the NFL is preparing to approve the city's bid during league meetings that start tomorrow. So this vote could come as soon as tomorrow. And, of course, the Super Bowl 64, if that is the one that is granted to Nashville, would be held in the new Nissan Stadium opening next year. Ebola outbreak in the Congo update.
I can now confirm that there is one case of Ebola in an American who's exposed as part of their work in the Democratic Republic of Congo.
Dr. Satish Pillai says one American working in the area tested positive for it, just one.
CDC has been working hand in hand with the Department of State to move the American for treatment and care to Germany and other high-risk contacts to Germany for monitoring.
Now, symptoms developed over the weekend and was positive yesterday. President Trump reached a settlement in the lawsuit he filed against his administration, creating a new fund to pay out claims for alleged weaponization of government. Trump filed that lawsuit after an IRS contractor leaked his tax returns, leading to a 5-year prison sentence. All the money in the fund would go to anyone who won a weaponization lawsuit against the government. And a downed pilot on a snow-covered mountain in Elko County, Nevada, can thank his iPhone for his rescue.
It was an iPhone automatic crash notification that came into the Elko County, Nevada Sheriff's Department reporting a crash over 10,000 feet high up on a mountain in the East Humboldt mountain range on Sunday. First responders began racing that way, learning there was a plane down with one person on board in an extremely remote area. Dense cloud cover made rescue from the air impossible, so the rescuers hiked in above the snow line. Once there, the skies cleared enough to get a helicopter in, and the pilot was hoisted to safety. The pilot is now recovering, the iPhone's automatic crash notification being the lifeline. Alex Stone, EBC News.
That's the latest news. Weather is next. I'm Ken Weaver, WTN News.
USS. Right now, introducing 24 months, no interest financing options, good now through the end of June. And why would you need USS? United Structural Systems, been around since 1994, 30,000 plus happy customers. Having something go from small to big, you don't want. The next thing it starts to get bigger and bigger. The snowball starts to go, and next thing you know, that wood rot becomes bigger. That mold becomes bigger. The foundation starts to go sideways. Oh, that's not something you want. And it goes from being something that could have been taken care of sooner and now is going to cost you a lot of money. USS wants to get in front of that. So this is what I want you to call USS, 615-488-7855. They'll come out. They are trusted. Why? Because they live here, right? They're us. They understand the soil. They understand the weather. They understand the homes here in Tennessee. And they're ready to make it right with you. Those cracks, all of those things that make you nervous, don't get nervous. Let USS help. Call them today, 615-488-7855, 615-488-7855, or online at USSTN.com, USSTN.com. United Structural Systems. Waiting could cost you more. All right, guys. Relief Factor. It's awesome. Take it every single day. Naturally formulated, right? Third-party testing. What do they want to know? Purity, potency. Does it work? Fights inflammation. First of all, we don't always eat great as human beings, so guess what? That contributes to our inflammation. On top of that, as you get a little bit older, aches and pains in your joints and your muscles. And these are the everyday aches and pains, right, that cause you to walk a little slower, struggle standing up, things of that nature. It's time to get rid of that. It's time to live better, pain-free. Be independent of that. That's what Relief Factor does. This is what I want you to do right now. Try Relief Factor, 3-week quick start. $19.95, less than $20. You're going to feel a difference within days. It will fight that inflammation from inside out, and it works. Go to ReliefFactor.com and get yours now. ReliefFactor.com or call 800-4-RELIEF. 800, the number 4-RELIEF for Relief Factor. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, I will tell you guys right now, a lot of you guys are like, I don't care that Trump's getting the money. I do. And we should all. And we should care about the fact that these guys, I saw Mike Johnson whining last week. Ah, God. Is there anybody who is just more useless? Oh, Senator Thune, whatever. Mike Johnson's awful. He's awful. So vanilla kiss-assy.
Hey, you try looking that good while you're doing nothing.
Oh, just the worst. He's got weird dark secrets. You know he does. He likes dressing up like a pony.
For Lindsey Graham.
Totally. Meeting each other in the hat coat.
And that's allowed because they're in different chambers.
Yeah, chambers. That's where they're going, chambers. But he's like, well, you know, we haven't had a raise and if, you know, in such and such amount of time. And it wouldn't be fair to ask us to stop insider trading. I'm fine. If you want to insider trade, go ahead, knock yourself out. Here's the thing. Let everybody insider trade then. Okay? If you're going to do it, let everybody do it. That's all we're saying. So if you're going to say, oh, insider trading is we don't do that, it just happens to be that none of us who were ever really wealthy before this somehow got way wealthier. They would do it for every one of those people would go to work for free because they know that they could essentially trade their way into how much money, right? I mean, there are apps out there right now that follow the trades, and it started as a joke with Nancy Pelosi, and that has actually become a fund, a full-fledged fund that the minute that any one of them purchase something, it triggers buy when it comes to the fund. I mean, if you've seen Wall Street, right? Blue star, blue star, blue star.
Well, it's a little different with Nancy, though, because remember, she's got all those medical bills that her husband's racked up from getting smashed in the head with a hammer.
So, yeah. Yeah, I forgot about that. Sandra says, I'm guessing you love Thune? No, I'm not. I don't like any of them, to be honest.
He's a tool, though. He's like, he is Johnson without the
charisma.
Yes, actually, very much so.
Which is weird because Mike Johnson's charisma is.
He tries to come across like your dad.
Yeah. He's that weird guy that everything, whenever I see him, I just feel awkward. Like, it's just awkward. But no, I just, Thune, look, do I know what Thune is doing? Yes, I understand what Thune is doing. He doesn't want to break the filibuster because he recognizes what may be coming because, as we've talked about on numerous occasions, and the short-sightedness, Trump cares about winning today. He doesn't care what happens to the party tomorrow. If you for a second think that Trump gives a rat's ass about the Republican Party, he does not. He doesn't care. He cares about what's going to go on now between now and the end of his term. And if the Republican Party falls apart, he'll blame it all on the Republican Party for being weak or being this, that, and the other. So if Thune could go give him everything he wants, that'd be great, not realizing that, as we've talked about with the nuclear option, that Harry Reid decided to do, that's the reason that the court is the way the court is now, the Supreme Court. And that'll come out and bite you in the butt. And as we've talked about, presidents are renters, senators and congresspeople, they tend to be buyers, meaning they're going to be there for a while. And because of that, they know that the presidents come and go, but as long as they're there, they've got to follow these quote-unquote rules and have to live by them. And they don't want to be a party that is not only out of power, has no chance of power, and watches it just dissipate to the point and where it becomes a joke. We can't have that at all. We don't want any of that. I don't know about you, but I don't. Ladies and gentlemen, Mangione. No, not that one. No, the killer.
I find that the search of the backpack at the McDonald's was improper, warrantless search, that the backpack was not within the immediate control or grabbable area of the defendant, and further, the people failed to demonstrate exigent circumstances. Therefore, those items found in the backpack during the search at the McDonald's will be suppressed.
So that's interesting. So at the McDonald's, suppressed. By the way, anything he said at the McDonald's also can't use. So Mangione, because they had no warrants, they had no probable cause, they thought at that point in time, the judge, that you couldn't have, you went in there and you went right through the backpack, even though kind of everybody knew. So now anything from the time that he got into the station counts. So some stuff will be allowed, not everything. I still think it's going to go to trial. A lot of people thinking, oh, is this going to take away the, it's going to put the emphasis on them going and trying to get some sort of plea deal. I think it's supposed to start in September. I wouldn't be surprised if there's a plea deal. What exactly does the plea deal look like? I mean, it's forever in jail without the possibility of parole. Him shooting that guy, and there's a lot of people out there who are still celebrating him. Look, I could be frustrated. We should all be frustrated with the way the insurance companies have denied a lot of people, and it is frustrating. Every one of us has dealt, I'm sure. Look, I see Bell's on the phone all the time. This insurance company argue with him in some way, shape, or form. It is frustrating. It is. And
you're not saying everything I want to hear about my favorite politician. That makes you a Democrat. Oh,
yeah.
Shut up.
Shut up. But that being said, what he did was heinous. Should there be, face the death penalty? I think I wouldn't be surprised I would worry if I'm them. Look, if we can get him life without parole, I would take that rather than try to seek the death penalty, do anything. And the reason is you don't want to turn him into any more of a martyr than he is and celebrate him, if that makes sense. So we'll see. Touchy, truth hurts. You could talk about the financial corruption. I have talked about the financial corruption of all of them. Did I not just talk
multiple times?
Did I not just talk about the insanity of which these people make money? The difference is, I want everybody to understand, the difference is the guy that's running the country said, I'm going to drain the swamp. I'm going to be the one that's different. And instead, Biden, it's the biggest crime family in history. Oh, my God. Are you kidding me? The money they made. Are you kidding me? Look at the money that Don Jr., Eric, and yes, even the giant one, Barron, has made. Look at the stuff that's happened. Sorry, I'll call them all out. I don't think they should be allowed to trade. I think everything should be put into an absolute blind trust, and there should be no way any family member trades. That money should be taken away immediately, or let us all do it. You think they'll do that? No, because if we can all do it, then it's not fun.
They haven't made that a requirement since Bush Sr.
Yeah. No, God, no. I mean, just let them all do it. I want them to all be forced to put it into a blind trust, make sure that their family members are in a blind. It is, do you remember what was there? Martha Stewart, she went to prison for lying. But it was supposed to be insider trading. Like that was just like all that kind of stuff that they talked about. Are you kidding me? The amount of money that these people are making. Like Trump buys all this Palantir, then tweets about it a little bit later because all the big contracts and cool things. You don't think that's an issue? I mean, he's Gordon Gekko on steroids. So yeah, we should all be pissed. Be pissed that somebody comes in worth no money and leaves worth $60 million, $100 million, $300 million. The greatest traders of all time look around and go, I wish I had their track records. Yeah, we should be. It's nuts. And I include Trump in that. And on top of that, his son's getting massive deals for contracts. If that was Hunter Biden, every one of you would be losing your mind. And you should be. But it's politics. And everybody's like, well, it's okay now. He's not even trying anymore to hide it. It's not even. And we should all be pissed that this is what the government is. The government is, suing the government himself, getting a $1.7 billion slush fund that will go to several different things that nobody really knows about, that he'll decide who gets paid what for lawfare. The amount of pardons that have come in. I mean, if you want a pardon and you have $1 million, you can go get a pardon. And yeah, that started with Clinton, by the way. With Rich. And all of his trading on the oil, the Iranians, traded. Mark Rich had all of that stuff, and he never tested it, but he got a pardon. We should want any part of any of this. The Clintons were awful with their foundation. My God, their foundation was worth hundreds of millions of dollars. The foundation's for what? To teach no kids how to read? Give Bell, Ken, and I $1 million, and we'll teach a kid how to read, and we'll teach him how to fish and catch a tuna fish.
No, they can keep the money. I don't want to teach no kids how to read.
All right, I'll take yours.
Okay, you can have mine. King gets mine.
Cat run.
There you go. That's all you need to know. Now, see us fish for tuna.
See Ken never go get the tuna boat.
He's going to get the tuna boat. We're going to go with a pontoon boat that also happens to double as a tuna boat, as well as a tugboat, as well as a tanker.
We're just going to tie them all together.
That's it. It's going to be like that Craig Morgan song, Redneck Yacht Club.
Yes.
It's going to be just like that, floating around. My favorite Craig Morgan song. All right, coming up, Matt's here. Is Matt here today?
Should be.
I've
Okay.
not seen that boy.
Yeah, maybe he's here. Maybe he's not. Probably is here. We're going to wrap it up, talk to Matt, find out what he's talking about. We'll do that all straight ahead. Chad Ben Show, Super Talk 997.
Hey, this is Pastor Al, and join us on Super Talk 99.7, Sunday evenings from 7 to 8. We're going to look at the news from a biblical perspective.
Wrapping it up all day. Fun day Monday. What's up, sir?
Is it? Is it really, Chad?
It is if you're Shakira. She's getting back 55 million euros.
What for? Who?
Shakira. Because she got a tax evasion in Spain. They charged her when they found out she was only there like 150 days and she needed to be there for 183. So they have to pay her all this money plus interest. That's not a bad day. And her hips still don't lie. I could have told you that.
I don't know a lot about Shakira.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, if
good
you
for
have
her.
one photo, you're in good shape.
That's
Let's see. Let me see. I'm going to go look.
Shakira. Oh, baby, when I talk like that.
Oh, I spelled it right.
Oh, really?
Yes,
Look at you.
Look at me.
Look at you, multilingual. I'll tell you that right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
What's she doing?
Shaking it.
How you doing?
Waiting for you.
Waiting for you.
No,
That's right.
she's, I assure you, Belle, she is not waiting for me. If she is waiting for me when I get there, she's going to be sorely disappointed.
Oh.
She's like, you're the one? Are you sure? Is it Matt?
Yeah.
Are you sure you're the one I was waiting? Ah, crap.
Yeah. The only thing we have in common is I find you attractive, Shakira, and so do you find you attractive. That's
Sure.
it.
Sure.
Outside of that, like you said, she'd be like, oh, she'd look at me and go, oh, gross.
I have a question I'm going to bring up on the show today. And I'm going to assume that people are going to get very angry at me for bringing this question up. And it's probably been brought up before now, and I haven't really been listening to the radio for the course of the day. My apologies to all of you on the radio, like Dan and Chris and Chad. Do we really need these air shows anymore?
I don't think so.
I mean, I'm kind of trying to figure out a reason outside. I mean, maybe there's some pilot training involved. I doubt that. I feel like you could probably get the pilot training. I mean, I understand it promotes patriotism. Maybe it promotes interest in the United States military. I guess those are valid reasons.
And travel. I mean, because they do a lot. It's not just that. They have all kinds of travel, like different planes that you might see, But now I'm with you. When's the last time? Have you ever been to one?
It's been a long time. I can't remember. I went up and the Red Barons were touring their biplanes, the World War II era biplanes. Nice. And they came to actually Tuskegee, Alabama, and I was in Montgomery at the time, and I got to go in an open air biplane.
How was that?
It was awesome. I mean, it was insane. I mean, because they did some uniform stuff. I mean, you're in open air and your cockpit is active, and they just the plane's on. They get you in there and they strap you in, and they have to put a parachute on you, and they have to explain the parachute, and it's all going very quick. And he's like, he gets a little. You got a little leather helmet that's active, and he's talking to you through the helmet. And he's like, listen, and we're like taxiing while they're doing this because they're shuttling all these media people through. And so he gets you in there and he's explaining. He said, do not under any circumstances touch the red cord. Do not touch the red cord under any circumstances when you're in the plane because the red cord's the parachute cord, right?
Yeah.
And he says, he says, in the unlikely event, and he's telling me all this, I mean, like while we're taxiing down the runway, he's like, in the unlikely event that we have a mishap in the air, you are to pull the gray cord only. That is your strap into the aircraft. You are to push your way as far as possible only if I say abort, abort, abort. He's like, tell me all these things. And I'm like, wait, can I have a pen? I need notes. Yeah. I need to make notes. And only then, only if you're away from the aircraft, are you to pull the red cord. All right, let's go have fun. And then we get in the air and we do these formation things with 3 other of the Red Baron planes that are up there. And then we finish the formation, and there are people on the ground that are watching us do it, right? It's like kind of an air show. And we break away, and the guy says, have you ever done anything like this before? And I said, no. And he goes, well, what do you want to do? And I said, I don't know. What do you got? And as soon as I said, what do you got? He said, well, I've got this. And he turned the plane upside down.
Whoa.
Goodness.
And I almost peed myself.
Yeah, I would
because
assume so.
he turned the plane upside down. It's I mean, like literally, you feel all the weight of your body come off the plane, and the straps are the only thing that are holding you into the aircraft.
Goodness,
it's a hard no for me.
And then he turned it back up, and he goes, "How'd you like that? I got that." And I was like, "Okay, yeah, let's not do that again." But I'm going to ask the question. I mean, because that's a. I'm so glad all of the pilots are safe. Everybody in the aircraft are safe. Everybody on the ground safe. But that's like a gajillion-dollar mishap, and I'm wondering. I mean, why do we do this anymore? I'm just asking the question. I don't know the answer.
I like that. He's got questions for you, and you know what? You guys might have some answers.
Maybe.
Coming up. The one, the only Matt, get you through the Fun Day Monday. You guys have a good one. Back tomorrow. That is, I've